today we are doing Oscars 95, the predictions for the Academy Awards.
Woo!
We are joined today by Becca Mayo and Jennifer Prettyman. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Excited that you both were able to join us to dive into Oscars this year. So thank you for taking the time out. It's exciting for more than just Alan and I to be able to chat about this and kind of go back and forth. Before we kind of dive in, though, it's been a minute since we've had you both on. How are you two? What's going on with you? Do you have any updates for our listeners? Jennifer?
Well, right now I'm working on post-production for my film, The Dual Tree, and that's going to be screened at Z-Fest. So just kind of wrapping up sound basically, and then it'll be finished. So that's exciting. I have a couple of films right now, Dalwa, which is a feature film, and Gehenna, which is a horror short film that I have been submitting to festivals. And so that's kind of interesting, doing the film freeway thing. And Gehenna was actually a horror short that I did a few years ago, and I hadn't submitted it. It was like COVID hit, and then I don't know, I just kind of tuned out for a little bit, and I don't know, recently I'm like, I got to get this thing in some film festivals. So I've been submitting it, and it got accepted into 2 so far. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, just, doing the day job and living life and waiting for winter to get over with.
Yes.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah.
Becca, how about you?
Well, last time I was on, I was working with the MSP Film Society, and unfortunately, I am no longer an employee there, but I'm now an employee at the Walker Art Center, and they're always showing really cool films. So lots of other cool types of events and talks going on. So my one plug is to become a member. Join at any level.
Love that. I haven't been there in a long time. That's a really good reminder for people too, especially as, looking for things to do while the weather's not great, or even when the weather is great. But
yeah, I was just there recently. Love that place.
Is the Cherry Spoon back yet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I remember seeing it was getting redone or whatever.
Cleaned.
Right. Yes, cleaned.
Yeah.
All the salt from winter. No. Okay, so Becca will kick us off with our first category, and we'll get into predictions, and we'll let our guests go first with their picks and everything.
Yeah.
And the nominees for production design: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, The Fabelmans.
Wow, that was good.
I love the way that you did that. Can you record my voice note for me?
That's exactly what it'll sound like. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I'm convinced that you're the voice at the Oscars now.
Oh, thank you. I could be one day, maybe one day.
Hear that, ABC? Yeah.
I think you just won the job right there.
Yeah.
All right, Becca and Jennifer, you two first.
Who do you want to win, and who do you think will win?
Yeah.
I think Elvis should win, and I think Elvis will win.
Oh.
All right.
That's so funny because I don't want Elvis to win. I don't want Elvis to win, but oh geez. Sorry for my notification sound.
Oh, yes.
It's
You're
off.
good.
It won't
Do
happen
not
again.
disturb.
You're good.
Ooh,
I do that all the time.
I feel like I just have a hunch that Babylon, maybe
Mhm.
Babylon, like it's a toss-up for me between Babylon and the Fablemans. But I think it'd be cool if All Quiet on the Western Front won. I'm just thinking about the category itself and how it used to be, art direction?
Oh,
Right?
I think so.
I don't remember that.
Or was that a second one? I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, it used to be called Best Art Direction. So I'm trying to think of it totally through that lens.
Yeah.
And so to me, Avatar doesn't stand a chance compared to the other options that are there.
Okay. Have you both seen all of these?
No.
Okay. All right, that's okay.
I haven't seen Avatar or Babylon, so I don't know.
Okay.
Babylon, just from the trailer and stuff, looked really amazing. So,
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Nope. Okay. All right. I think the opposite, but we'll go to Alan next.
Okay. I have seen all of them. I think Babylon for both.
Okay. That's super funny that you said that, Jennifer. Yeah, I based off the trailer, I actually refuse to see the movie. There's always at least one every year. This year,
Well, let's not forget, it's 3 hours long. So
that too.
It's a whole season.
Can we just talk about how long all of these movies
all
are
of the
this year?
movies.
It killed me. We'll get to this later. I fell asleep during one of them because it was too long and I just couldn't. Why are these 73 hours? I don't need that. Okay, beside the point. I did not see Elvis, or nope, that's a lie. Already starting off bad. I did not see Babylon and I did not see the Fablemans. Having said that, I would think All Quiet on the Western Front has a solid chance. I don't want Elvis to win as well.
We got some Elvis haters in the room.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I would love for Avatar to win, but I understand it not winning. So that's my thought.
Okay.
And just since we're naming everything that we did see out of the nominees, the only one that I saw in this category is Elvis.
Really? That's the only one you saw?
Yeah, it's the only one that I got around to seeing because, yes, they're all so freaking long. And I'm tired. I like to sleep, okay?
Yes.
So
right?
I'm going to get to watching them before the actual awards show, though.
You people and your jobs.
Except Avatar.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no one has an entire 2 weeks with absolutely nothing else to do in order to watch all of these. They're so long.
I saw all of them.
Okay.
Alan has the time.
Alan, how do you have the time? Oh my gosh. I couldn't. Anyway. All right. Let's move on. I'm going to keep ranting.
We are skipping shorts, by the way, so moving past that.
We're skipping them, but I did hear that My Year of Dicks is good, and I was told it's on Vimeo, so you can watch it there. I just wanted, Anyway.
There it is,
I'm
Vimeo.
going to point out really quick that I had not looked at that list yet, and so I did not know that was there, and I thought you were just being funny, and then I saw it, and now I'm so curious. Anyway, we can keep going.
Oh my God.
The Oscar nominated My Year of Dicks.
Yeah, what is happening? Anyway.
And the nominees for sound: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, Top Gun, Maverick.
Excellent.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I just got to say it right off the bat. I think because there are a lot of planes involved in Top Gun Maverick, I'll also say, have not seen Top Gun Maverick, have not seen the original Top Gun, but I would imagine that with all of the plane sounds, I think based on how popular it was, they were able to make it work. There's probably a lot of work to make it work. So I think they're going to take the dub.
Interesting.
Well,
like it.
I can't believe you haven't seen either one of those. You know, I didn't want to like Top Gun as much as I did for some reason. Loved it. Oh my God, I really did. Crazy. But I don't think it's going to win for sound. I think Elvis should win and will win for sound.
Oh, okay.
I see the looks you're giving me. I see it.
All right.
Well,
Well,
wait, are you able to, can you elaborate any
yeah.
further on just like why?
Oh, the sound was absolutely incredible. I mean, it was. I mean, you don't even have to be an Elvis fan. Like, say you can't stand Elvis, it doesn't matter. I mean, this film just stands alone, and Austin Butler's performance is fantastic, fantastic. I mean, everything about it, and Baz Luhrmann's just the way that he create. Well, I mean, it's a Baz Luhrmann film for sure. Um, I don't know, just everything about it, the sound, the visuals, it's stunning. I just this is another one I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
Hmm.
I guess I feel like the category is like I think of this category as being one that's more like it's a technical category. And
Right.
I feel like the winners usually have less to do with like the cinematic spectacle nature of the given movie and more so the technical skill involved in it and like making the sound um even throughout the film and making sure that when a really loud noise is happening, that we're hearing it enough to be able to tell that it's super loud, while at the same time being able to make out every single word that the actors are actually saying.
It has all of that. Yeah, dialogue, music, performances, all of it. The sound is incredible. I'm 99% sure that one's gonna win sound.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right, Ellen.
All
What do
right.
you got?
My personal favorite is the Batman. I did love that. When of course, I saw it in the theater, and in a Dolby Atmos environment. Not sure if it was full Dolby Atmos, but they had enough speakers to make it Atmos. I don't know if it actually was, but yeah, the low end on all the like explosions and the music, and I was like, wow, this sound is really good. It's like I was thinking about that as I was watching it. So
I agree, it was.
my pick is Batman for myself, but I could see Becca's point about Top Gun, and like I remember like Ford v Ferrari, that one because of all the car technical sounds that were implemented, and sound has been made from two categories into one. So it was like sound mixing and sound editing, and now it's like just sound. And it's like I get it; the Academy is trying to be quote unquote less boring, but for their award show, but
But it's not.
they just eliminated a category and maybe added too many best pictures. But anyways, we'll get to that.
Yes.
Rahana.
Okay. So this is one of like probably three categories that I've actually seen all of them. Um, I okay, so this is gonna take me a minute. Top Gun, I hated the first one. I will stand by that forever. Even though we have like 6 versions of it in my house. And but this one was actually really good. I went into it because I had to. And I came out of it really enjoying it. I was so surprised. And I think that I like the way this is going to kind of go into more of the next one, but I just like the way that they shot it. And I agree that everything that they did had to be perfect. And the sound is one of those. I definitely agree with you on that, Becca. The Batman, I can see what you're saying, Ellen. And same with Elvis. I I feel like it's going to be All Quiet on the Western Front, though, just because there's so much variety of like when it is really quiet and they're out in the field, or when they're in the middle of it and they're running towards the other front line. I don't know what you call it. And like the bombs and the shooting are happening, and like there's chaos, and then times when they can't, and just all these things happening. And I feel like the way that they balanced all of it out was really, really impressive. I also don't know what Avatar is doing in this list. No idea. But yeah, so I think that's my pick, and that's my guess for what will win. So
I like it. We're spread across the board here on that one. Awesome.
Oh, are we taking bets this year, by the way?
Let's do it. I love that.
Well, we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
With your bookie. What is
it? We'll talk
like
that.
Yeah. All right, next category.
And the nominees for visual effects: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Top Gun: Maverick.
Okay. Should I go first or? Okay.
Whoever.
I chose All Quiet on the Western Front. I mean, visually it was stunning. Brutal. I mean, I had to look away. And I'm not squeamish at all, but this film, I don't know, something about it. So I'm gonna say I think it should win, and I think there's a good chance that it will win. I mean, that's hard. Just like sound was hard though too. Like I think Black Panther was beautiful visually, and Top Gun as well. So I don't know. It's hard, but I'll stick with that.
I would bet on my future firstborn child that Avatar: The Way of Water will win this one. And I think that that's all there is to really say about that.
You don't have an opinion that you want to win, or just that's it?
Out of this list, I mean, I saw the Batman, but I feel like the Batman was more about the makeup and hairstyling and less about the visual effects. So like honestly, like why are you on that list?
Right.
And All Quiet on the Western Front, if it was a lot of like just stunts and action shots, you know, kind of like
1917
the way they shot, which I also didn't see. But if it's more like of actual stunts being done and minimal CGI visual effects, again, I don't really see you really winning that, which to me then makes maybe, I mean, I feel like then Top Gun and Black Panther would maybe then be tied as like maybe second, but Avatar's way up ahead of the rest of the other potential contenders because it's all visual effects.
Yeah. All right, Alan.
My favorite.
Got thoughts?
Yeah, my favorite pick. What I would personally pick is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Yes, Becca, I think Avatar might take it, but I have a complaint.
I wasn't happy. Like I won't be happy.
No,
I'm just like,
yeah, okay. So I saw Avatar recently, and I wear glasses, as many of us do. And putting on those 3D glasses over glasses is like the worst thing in the world. And it felt like I was back in 2008, I get it. It's a fun experience. It looks pretty cool, but I think that's that ship has sailed, kind of. So, and when I watched Black Panther, honestly, their people from the water looked a lot better than Avatar's people in the water. So, just saying, I think Wakanda Forever should take it. And I'm sticking with it.
I have a question for you. Why did you see it in 3D?
They forced me
Great
to.
question.
They forced me to.
Who
That
did?
was the only time I had to see it. And they only had it in 3D. I didn't have a choice. Because I saw it recently. I didn't see when it came out. It's like,
yep.
I saw it for you guys.
Yeah, we did talk about that a lot.
We'll get to that.
And you were like,
coming up
no.
here. Yeah.
All right. So visual effects. I agree. I don't think Batman should be on this list. I think it's weird. I also don't understand what Top Gun could possibly be doing on this list. When they shot, I don't understand. So all of the flying is actually happening. Like they were on site and like the people, like all of the characters are in actual fighter jets flying. Like they had cameras in the jets with them and they were recording them as they flew. Like that was a whole thing. Like Tom Cruise made sure that everyone was fully trained to do it. I think he's actually a trainer now because he's a psychopath. And like they went through a ton of work making sure that everyone could safely and appropriately fly. And they did that. So if anything, that would be more of an editing thing, really, I think. But so it's crazy to me that this is even being like put on this list. It's wild. I think that Avatar is going to take it because people like. I really liked Avatar. I know a lot of people didn't. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went in saying I'm going to hate this movie, and I came out and I was like, that was delightful. I really enjoyed it. And so I think it's going to take it because everybody is just like the Academy version is obsessed with James Cameron because he's obsessed with himself, and it's a whole thing. I do love Black Panther though, and I think that's my pick for what I want to win.
Yeah.
But Avatar's probably gonna win.
Wait, I did not know any of that about Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
I
think that's
wild.
Another part of why I liked it so much. Is because it's like it's all real. It's all actually happening. It's pretty sweet.
I'm surprised there's not like a stunt or a like special effects category for things like All Quiet on the Western Front or like Top Gun. So
yeah,
maybe that's
the Academy thinks that we find them boring, those categories.
Oh, are they? They're in those
funny,
technical awards. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Held in the basement.
Oh man, I'm excited about this next one though.
Yeah, I have some thoughts.
Yes.
About our next category, adapted screenplay. All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Living, Top Gun Maverick, Women Talking. Okay, so like honestly though, adapted screenplay, it doesn't count if the characters just already exist. No, like Glass Onion and Knives Out, Top Gun Maverick, like and honestly, I mean, Living, you adapted it from a different movie, but like an adaptation to me, what it should be is it is a different medium that you are adapting for the big screen, okay? It's not you made the first movie, Rian Johnson, and one character already exists, and now that's an adapted screenplay. It's adapted from what? It's not adapted from anything, okay? It's called a sequel.
Is it maybe adapted from something, though? Did he adapt that and then merge it into the world? that he created, the Knives Out world? I don't actually know. I'm obsessed with that movie, so that's the only reason I'm asking.
Oh, I love Glass Onion. I love Glass Onion. I love Knives Out. I don't think it really counts as an adapted screenplay, though. I think it's a cop out.
I think you make a really good point that I hadn't thought about, but okay. So what's your pick then?
Oh God. I mean, I do think We're Talking will win, but I hated it still. But I think it'll win.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
The color grade. Wait, can I curse on this podcast?
Oh yes. If you haven't heard,
cool.
Sorry, we didn't have a spoiler / all that. Yeah, they wouldn't be listening if they wanted to know spoilers. So yeah, spoilers throughout.
Yeah.
And yes, cursing.
Explicit. Yeah.
Okay, the color grading for women talking, shit. Shit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I kid you not, I thought it was the 1800s. I thought it was the 1800s between, not just because of the way they're dressed. Okay, it's not just because of the way they're dressed. It's also because of the color grading. Okay? It looks like the 1800s. And then all of a sudden, someone whips out a Band-Aid. And then I was literally thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? They definitely did not have Band-Aids back then. And then out of nowhere, there's a freaking van driving around taking the 2010 census. What?
Yeah.
2010? 2010.
Dang.
No.
2010.
Are you for real?
What song was it? Cheer Up Sleepy Jean, whatever the name of that actual song is. I mean, yeah. Definitely not 1800s. Yeah.
It was like the title just tells it like it is. It's a bunch of freaking women talking. Yes, they talk. They do be talking. They talk a lot. And they say some great things and some other stuff too. And I think my issue with it is that I don't think the way that it was tried to be adapted into a film was what was like, that's what wasn't working for me. Like I could see it being a fantastic live play in a theater setting.
Yeah.
And it just did not work for me as a film. And I didn't know that it was a book first before. So then after the fact, when I read about the book and I learned who the narrator is in the book and the way that the book itself is written, the book sounds fantastic. The book sounds amazing. And it sounds like it would be adapted into an incredible play, but not a movie.
I could see that. Jennifer, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to disagree with you very strongly.
I love it.
I think it was a wonderful film. I think all of the actresses in it were fantastic. I love to see a film like this with such great women characters. Sarah Polley, who's an actress herself, I mean, fantastic director. Why she was not nominated, I don't know, and that really pisses me off. I think the screenplay was fantastic. I think it should win, and I think it will win. The only one I haven't seen is Living. I didn't get around to seeing that. I did like Glass Onion, Top Gun. But I don't know. I think women talking is going to take it.
Alan.
All right. I've seen all of them except for Living, so I can't speak to that, unfortunately. Glass Onion's a fun movie, but it's adapted from these are both sequels, right? So Top Gun and Glass Onion, or Knives Out 2. I don't know. I'm stuck between like Women Talking and All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't read those, so I don't know like what the differences are, I guess, or how well they're adapted. I guess from a film standpoint, I will have to go with All Quiet on the Western Front. So yeah, I guess I'll lean that way for my pick.
I guess too, my like just other thoughts is that I think that I think that women talking will win mostly because I'm thinking about the voters and what they would like to uphold as their winner. But I also think what didn't work for me with the movie itself was kind of like I don't think that it was very relatable for me. Like even though I am a woman and I do be talking, I I'm Jewish though. And so I think that a lot of the struggles of these women in the film and a lot of what they were talking about and arguing about, that is so like the opposite of the way that I was raised and the way that like I understand like myself as a woman. And so I guess too, the way I think it would work better as a play because it really felt like the characters are kind of talking at the audience, even though the dialogue is between each other.
Right.
It feels like a very like, no, but we're actually talking to you, the audience. So I felt very like, you don't know my life. Yeah,
Well, if you ever go into Amish communities, Mennonite communities, or read books or talk to folks, this is very real, and people still live like this. This is the way they're raised. So I thought for these women, the strength that they had to leave was really incredible. I think if you read into, those communities and lifestyles and the way they are, I think you would understand the film a lot better. Take a drive down to Harmony sometime and big Amish community there. Now Mennonites are a little bit different. They're a little bit more modern. Like they can wear colorful clothes. Whereas, the Amish are gray, black, white. Mennonites are very colorful, but they still have those old world ways. And I think I've always been quite fascinated by that. And so I understood the movie a little bit better. Maybe you would like it better if you had known more about that.
Oh, I know more about it. I want us to stay like respectful about our disagreements. It just wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me. But I do want to read the book because I think I will love the book. The book seems right up my alley.
I am also curious how, like because it's based on a real event, not event, but like real story, how that compares to the book and the movie. Like how close are the three? Because there's obviously differences. One being that the actual event took place not in the United States, and so like, what are some of the nuances about the film that they had to change in order to apply it to the United States?
Well, I do know that
I'm curious
that the book is written from the perspective of that one male character, the teacher who
August.
August. The book is written of like his writing about like everything that he wrote down for these women, like is what I read online. And so I'm like, I really do want to read the book. I think it sounds like fascinating, just especially the way it's written like that. But then because it's written like that, I think that makes it difficult to kind of like to me, it seems similar to the way that I always tell people how I loved the ending of Gone Girl in the book. And the ending doesn't work well in the movie. It's there's no way for them to really make that ending work the same way in the movie as it does in the book. So, but someone said earlier that the books are always better than the movies. And I think that is pretty much always right. So,
yeah.
Rahana, what's your
not with The
pick?
Shining.
Yeah.
Ooh, The
Oh,
Shining
okay.
is different. Ooh,
yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
I like
Yeah.
the movie better than the book.
True.
I do love
Rahana,
that movie.
what is your pick, Rahana? We got to even this out. Are you
Um,
going?
so I Okay, so actually first so while we were talking, I was looking it up. I was looking up the adapted screenplay situation. You guys, there's a dog. Like Becca has a dog and I can't even concentrate anymore. And oh my gosh, my heart.
Reminder,
Okay,
listeners, this
anyway.
is unedited.
Yep. That's Alan's fault. Well, and mine, because I don't know how to do it. Okay. So I was looking it up because I was like, yeah, I mean, why would what do they consider an adapted screenplay? Why are these on there? Because I hadn't thought about it that way before. And this article is literally about why is Top Gun and Glass Onion on this list? And so like, okay, interesting. And it goes into everything and says everything that you guys said. And then it says for the Oscars, you don't just have to be directly adapted from a novel or film to count as an adaptation. Being based on any kind of previously established material is what matters to them. So that's why it's there. I don't disagree with you because that's what I think of when I think of adapted screenplay is that it came from like a book. And so because of that, I think that women talking is going to win. Having said that, my pick is Glass Onion. Oh my god, because I loved it so much. I'm obsessed with it. Daniel Craig is my new favorite human being. Oh my gosh, and Janelle Monáe. Oh, I could watch that movie a billion times.
I mean, I think that if The White Lotus, which just got told that they can't be entered within the limited series category anymore, because it's not a limited series. There's a season 2 limited series. It's like it's one off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if they could win with season 2 in a limited series category, I think that you have every right to push for Glass Onion to win.
Glass Onion. I would pick that for every single. Honestly, I'm mad that Glass Onion isn't in the Best Picture category, so we're just gonna go there. Anyway,
I loved it.
Right?
Glass Onion was great. I did. It's but the first one was better. But anyway,
I want them to make 1,000 of them. That's all I want Daniel Craig to do. That's his only role for the rest of his life.
Benoit Blanc.
Yes, obsessed. Anyway, we can go to the next one now. I'm done.
And the nominees for original screenplay: The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness.
All right, Jennifer, what are your thoughts and picks, preferences?
Well, I have seen all of these. I think this was hard. This was a hard one. I think The Fabelmans. I'm gonna go with The Fabelmans. It was between that one or The Banshees of Inisherin. But I don't know. I think it could be either one of those, but I'm gonna go with The Fabelmans.
All right, Becca.
Okay.
In this category, I've actually seen all of them except The Fabelmans.
Ooh.
And I know.
I mean, original screenplay. My God.
No, it's just that. Okay, so I feel like my prediction for this winner, because like I'm taking into account still the other categories that we have, and so okay, I feel like I could. Can I bring up other categories? Because I have like if or statements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Because I think if Everything Everywhere All at Once wins original screenplay, then The Fabelmans might win Best Picture. But I don't know. I mean, I love Triangle of Sadness, but I love Ruben Östlund. Like The Square is such an amazing movie. But I also love Tar. I love Tar, and I do think that Tar should win. Um,
Go with your heart.
just
Come on.
I really do think that Tar should win because the way that people really thought that Lydia Tar was like a real person or that this was totally based off a real composer. It was
Right.
like,
Yeah, I
you gotta
did.
give him some props, like
Mhm.
to be able to create a fake world that seems that real and characters that feel so real. That is, I think, such an accomplishment. Um, but then, oh God, I can see it going either way. I mean, I feel like it'll end up going to Everything Everywhere or Banshees.
Hmm.
But I think probably, ooh, okay. I think it's gonna go to the Banshees of Inisherin because I think, yeah. I think it'll go to Banshees.
Alan, what do you
Oh,
think?
so you think the Academy will go Banshees, but you want Tar to win, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Jennifer, you think the Academy will go Fablemans, and then you want Fablemans to win, or?
You know, I guess I wasn't clear because I'm still I don't know. I think the Banshees of Inisherin might actually win. Becca, like you were saying, so like if the Fablemans wins Best Picture, I think Banshees is going to win Screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
My choice is the Fablemans, though. I liked it more.
okay.
But
Well,
Tar was great. Tar was great too. I could see that one winning Screenplay, but I don't know. I don't think it will. I think the Banshees might win that one.
okay. Huh. Interesting. Uh, I think, well, my pick, and I hope who will win. I think the Academy should swing it this way, regardless of. I don't believe in the if or then statements. I believe in clean sweeps when they're deserved. So I'm going with Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'm totally on board with that. But I did I do like, I did see all of these. I'll have to give Banshees another try. I feel like I watched it in the wrong. I don't know. I didn't like it as much. So for me, it was a fail. But
It's very dark. I mean, it's dark.
yeah,
It's
I see that now. Now that you brought that up, when we kind of talked about it a little bit there, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, But yeah, Fableman's Tar. I like Tar a lot. I actually, Becca has a point. Like, I was like, is this based on someone real? Like, does this really happen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did we? I just don't listen. Focus on composers, I guess. I don't know. And then Triangle of Sadness. Yeah, Ruben Ostlund, the Square, definitely preem. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once for me. EEAAO.
You know, I was kind of mad that everyone said that Banshees was so funny because I watched it and I thought it was so sad. I was like, this isn't funny. This is really sad. You can't just stop being friends with someone.
Right?
Who was it? Was it his sister who was like, you're all fucking boring?
Yes.
I was like, yeah, she's right. You guys are all so boring. You live in like bumfuck nowhere Ireland.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're just gonna wake up one day and decide to not be friends with someone? What? You don't live somewhere where you can just do that.
I love that line summed it up for me too, the whole movie. I sent
Yes.
that. It was just like, yeah, to you guys. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah. I hated Banshees. That's the movie that I fell asleep halfway through. I didn't want to see it. I saw it because we're doing this, because this is what we do every year. Honestly, a lot of these movies are like that. Triangle of Sadness was like that. Also upset about losing that time of my life.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah, but Triangle of Sadness should literally be called like an hour and a half of pure chaos, and that's it, because that's all that it is. It's just chaos and nothing. Like everything is just. Oh, I hated it. Anyway, so Banshees. Yes, I agree, Becca. I thought it was very sad. I was like, if my one and only friend said, "Hey, I'm not like," and not even like in a nice way. They were just like, "Don't talk to me again," like, and they were willing to like cut their whole hand off because I spoke to them. Yeah, that's depressing as hell. Like, what? And also, it's the most boring movie. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's Ireland. Ireland's gorgeous. I love a lot of the shots, and I love like the acting's great. It could have been 10 minutes, and I think it would have been perfect. Really upset that it was longer than that.
A 10-minute short.
Yeah.
I could never fall asleep if Colin Farrell's on my TV screen.
I mean, he probably wasn't on the screen while I fell asleep, to be fair. It was probably like something else. I don't know. But maybe it was just the donkey. I'm not entirely sure, or the pony. But yeah, I hated both of those movies. And The Fabelmans and Tar, the two big ones that I haven't seen. Two that I don't, I mean, now that you guys talk about it, I'll see Tar. The Fabelmans looks god awful to me. And I'm sure that it's actually good. But in my head, just the concept of it, of like, hey, Steven Spielberg decided to make a movie about Steven Spielberg's childhood. Bruh, nobody cares about my childhood. Nobody cares about yours. Let's move on. Like, what is happening? Like, the audacity. I'm sure that it's good. Like, it wouldn't, whatever. And so I'm going to have a hard time ever watching that. So I think that just kind of proves that I am going with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You know how I feel
Amazing.
about The Fabelmans, not having seen it, but knowing what it's about. I feel like it's, I think Harry Styles said it best during his press for Don't Worry, Darling, where he said it's a movie that, it feels like a movie. That's the vibe I get from The Fabelmans, that it's, it's a movie that feels like a movie.
I could see that. Yeah. And I do love Michelle Williams, so I'm sure that it's just glorious. I think I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to have a time getting there. But Everything Everywhere All at Once was glorious. And I think that it genuinely does deserve to win this one. Like, it was an exceptional screenplay.
Team Everything. All right.
Woo!
Okay, we will be skipping documentary feature film, but Becca, I know, has something to say about one of the films.
Yes, and that I do think All the Beauty and the Bloodshed is going to be the winner.
Oh, you have a prediction. Okay.
Yes, I saw All That Breathes, and they do have some really cool shots of birds in it. I mean, the movie made me think that birds are cute. But I just have a gut feeling that All the Beauty and the Bloodshed is going to win, because it's about Nan Goldin, and it has to do with, I think, how she was active during the AIDS crisis in her photography. But Fire of Love was really big on the festival circuit. But All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. If it doesn't win, I'll buy each of you guys a beer.
Okay, well, now I don't want it to win, so.
If it does win, I'll still buy you guys a beer.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I like it.
At the Walker.
All right.
So now Jennifer will take over announcing some new categories here.
Okay, so we're on to film editing. And we have The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. Should I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to win for editing for sure. And I think it should. The only other one I think possibly would be Elvis. I think Elvis has a chance in this category, but I'm going to go with Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I have seen all of these, and the editing is great in all of them. So I'm happy with whatever wins.
All right.
Becca, what's your pick?
I've seen them all except Top Gun Maverick, and I think Everything Everywhere All at Once will win. I do have my issues with the film, though. Okay, I'm gonna let you know now. I'm not like, but the issues that I do have are not with any of the performances. It's mostly to do just with the story as a concept and all that Daniels were trying to do within one movie. But I think the editing was or is absolutely phenomenal, especially in the scene with the fanny pack. Like when that movie was in theaters the first time, I was still working at the Film Society, and I had cut together this like trailer that had cuts and like bits of all the different movies that were showing, because I was trying to just come up with new content to post on social media. And our programming director told me that I couldn't actually post it on our socials because the different studios would get upset, like specifically the studio that did Elvis would not be happy that I was chopping and screwing their scenes with like shots from Jurassic Park and Everything Everywhere All at Once. The trailer came out super cool. Like I did a really good job with it, but I had so much fun like cutting up specifically that fanny pack scene. And yeah, no, just the editing is great in that one, especially I always know it's good editing when a movie doesn't feel as long as it is. That's to me like a telltale sign that the editing is like top notch. And then from there, I'll look more at look deeper into it of where the cuts are happening and kind of the type of feelings that I get from either like fast cuts or slow cuts and how they do it all. But I think Everything Everywhere All at Once would really deserve this award, and I'd be really surprised if they don't win it.
Same here. You know my vote. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, I guess like Elvis, Tar, I understand why they're in the category. Same with Top Gun. Just because of like, I mean, for Elvis to sync, well, I guess it was, mainly Austin Butler, but with the singing and the songs and keeping them in rhythm. And it's not easy to do all the time, but a lot of his songs are, not as fast paced per se. So
were the songs though, I thought that normally in films like that, sometimes, or most of the time, that the singing is pre-recorded. And then there's been like a few movies I remember where like all the singing is done live, but in this one it's pre-done. Oh, so that would mean that he would have to lip sync though and tune still and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be hard. Know. Yeah, I don't know the actual. I only had time to watch the movies, not look into the movies.
Breeze through them.
Yeah, that's how I was able to watch all of them.
Yeah.
I don't care how you made it, just show me the movie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be my pick. Like what I want to win is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Because I totally agree. Like it felt like it was a really short movie, and it wasn't. But it just flowed so effortlessly, and it's not a movie where you would think everything is going to flow so effortlessly. Like there's a lot happening very quickly in very drastic ways. And man, they did such a good job. I think that Elvis has a chance. There was a lot to edit there. And this is honestly part of why I hated the movie. I hated like the transitions and the narration and a lot of the crazy, like, we're going into a scene and it's Elvis and blah. And like it was edited very well, but I hated it. It took away, like, it would be like, here's the story, and then here's all the craziness, and then here's the story. And then, like, I just want the story. The story's good. I mean, he did such an amazing job. He did an amazing job. And every 10 minutes, I was like, well, here we go again. Crazy Vegas lights or whatever. And I'm like, you're killing me. But having said that, there is an extreme amount of like really refined editing that had to happen for that. And it had to be done perfectly, especially when it came to like both him singing and then like lining that up, but then even like his dancing and then all of the things happening all at once, like it. But I think Everything Everywhere All at Once did better and should win.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. When I think about Elvis, like I like Elvis's real story. His real life story is like a telltale, if you will, about celebrity life and not to do, you know. And what?
I would say, although I knew nothing about Elvis, I found out during watching this movie that he met his wife when she was 13. Disgusting. How dare you, sir? Like, what? He's like 22 or something. Ew. No, she might have been 14. Doesn't matter. Ew, Elvis. And they like kept, no. So that made me judge him right there. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry. I felt very strongly about that.
Yeah, but you had a point about the editing, because it was like I was into the story and then we kind of rushed through to the next thing, and it was like, I don't know, it felt choppy in a way that didn't flow well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Part of that may have been because they chose to have the story be told from Tom Hanks's character's perspective for some strange reason. But
yeah.
Tom Hanks does keep you in the story. I mean, I liked, he kind of kept me in there for a moment, because I'm like, it's Tom Hanks, you know. So
I think this might be the one movie that I didn't like Tom Hanks in. And I don't think it's because it's him. I think it's just the character. It was too much of him. I needed less from him. I hated that they had him narrate it. I mean, I hated that they had a narration, but like, especially that they had him do it. It just,
the evil Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
His accent made me think of, so we already established that I'm Jewish. And so I would always watch the Rugrats, like Jewish holiday special movies, and I own them too. But Tom Hanks's accent sounds like Tommy Pickles' grandpa.
Yes.
And
oh my God.
It kind of took me out of Elvis, and all of a sudden I was in a Rugrats Passover. But
yeah, it's unfortunate because it pulls you away from I forget his name, Austin Butler, who was phenomenal. And it kept pulling me away from him, and so it like distracted from all of the really excellent things happening.
Rihanna is just hating on Elvis.
Legitimately, like there's like 3 movies on all of these lists that I liked, and I'm so upset that this is what the Academy did. I'm very unhappy with the Academy this year. But we can move on to the next film, because otherwise I'll keep going.
Okay. So, are we skipping international feature films?
But I did have a note. What's with all the donkeys? Like EO is like a donkey film, right?
Oh,
and then Triangle of Sadness had a donkey. Well, and then so did Banshees.
Triangle of Sadness is not nominated in the international feature film category.
No. I'm just saying in general. The amount of donkey films in this.
There's a lot of donkeys going on.
It's the year of the ass.
Exactly. So yeah, catch that, everyone. What's going on here? A lot of donkeys.
That should be the theme of the Oscars this year.
I just noticed that. That's all.
So the only one I had seen of these is All Quiet on the Western Front, but I
Same.
did hear that The Quiet Girl is very good and could possibly win. So we'll see.
That's good to know.
Okay, so next, makeup and hairstyling. All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. So for this one, I'm really hoping that Black Panther Wakanda Forever wins. And I think there's a very good chance that it could win. The other one, I don't know, The Whale or Elvis, I think have a good chance of winning this one as well. I didn't see The Whale, but obviously I've seen, the trailer and pictures and whatnot. But I'm gonna go with Black Panther.
I have a feeling that Elvis actually might win this category. I think that the Batman did itself a disservice by its release date. I mean, it came out so freaking long ago. Like, it did. I mean, come on.
It was March. Yeah.
That was last year, okay? I can go and see The Whale in theaters, I think, still right now.
You can? I can.
I think so, maybe. I mean, I can't rent it yet online.
Right.
I can only buy it.
Yeah.
So
want to own that.
I mean, I think if the Batman had come out later, closer to when some of these other movies came out, that it would maybe have a better fighting chance, just because, and I see you making that face, Alan, and I think that part of it, though, is because so the Batman came out last year, and more recently, I mean, I guess I don't really know why All Quiet on the Western Front, I don't think that has any chance of winning in this category, just based on the other contenders. I don't need to see the movie to, I guess, know that. I'm going to be confident there. But Black Panther, my opinion right now is based on the first movie, which I did see. And the makeup and hairstyling is incredible in that one. So I'm pretty positive that it's just as incredible, if not better, in the second movie. And then Elvis, with everyone freaking the fuck out about Austin Butler's transformation. And then Tom Hanks, who does not look like Tom Hanks. How do you make Tom Hanks not look like Tom Hanks? Like, that's a feat, okay? The Academy's going to eat that up. And then The Whale. I think that the Academy won't choose The Whale because I think that they would not want to deal with the backlash that would most likely ensue if they did give it to The Whale.
Because he wore a fat suit?
Yes. So therefore, I think it would, in theory, then in my mind, come down to Black Panther or Elvis. But I think that the Academy is still quite racist. So I do think that they'll end up giving it to Elvis.
Okay. So, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think, the Batman did come out literally a year ago. So it was like March 4th, I think. I kind of think it would be like Elvis or Black Panther. I didn't see The Whale. That's the only one I didn't see in this category. Gosh, I don't know. I think I think it'll, if this is kind of like back to the if statement that you had earlier, even though I don't believe in that, but
But you're gonna make one, but you don't
yeah,
believe
here
in
we
it, but you're
go.
gonna make one.
According to the Academy picks, if Black Panther wins visual effects, it won't win makeup and hairstyling. Therefore, Elvis will. But I want Black Panther to win. So I think Academy could, if it leans Black Panther one way or the other. So
Yeah. I think we're all kind of on the same page. I want Black Panther to win. I think Elvis might win. And literally exactly what you said, Becca. And as we get to two other categories, I will touch on this a little bit more. Alan knows exactly what I'm about to say and think. But I agree that I think that it's still a very it's still racism led, and I think they both did an excellent job. But because of that, I think Elvis might win. I would love for Black Panther to win, though. They did the all of it is just outstanding. So that's my pick.
cool.
Okay. Next category, original score. All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fabelmans. So I have not seen Babylon. But of the other four, I'm gonna have to choose right now because I wasn't able to make a pick on this one. I think the score on all of the four that I've seen are really quite beautiful. So I would be happy with any of them winning. I'm just gonna, let's see, I'm gonna go with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
So I also have not seen Babylon, but Justin Hurwitz did the score, and he also did the score for La La Land, which many people hate that movie. I am not one of them. I absolutely love La La Land, and I love the score. That is like one of the only movies where I will listen to the score. Specifically, I don't even remember Ryan Gosling's character's name, but Sebastian and Mia's theme, I think, is like the title of the main. Oh my God. Oh my God. I tear up just listening to, it's so beautiful. I love it. But I don't think it'll win though. I just wanted to point that out, that Justin Hurwitz did it, and he did the fabulous score to La La Land. I think my pick of who will win, I'm kind of doing some, oh gosh, what is the phrase? An educated guess. I'm doing some educated guessing here. And so I'm thinking that a war movie, it's got to have a pretty good score, you know? So, I feel like it's gonna go to All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, I get the sense that the score, like, this was the worst war. I don't know. This is like the war. Like, this is the war. This was just the World War. There was no World War I at this time.
A great
so
war.
many freaking people died. And the book that it's based on is the best war book of, I don't know, whatever it says on the cover of the book. So I just, without having seen the movie, I get the feeling that the score really makes you feel how awful the trenches were. So I'm thinking it's going to go to All Quiet on the Western Front.
I love how When you're describing this, the Rahana's reactions are just like priceless to me. You're talking and then I'm seeing her react. It's just like when you explain the La La Land connection. Okay. I do think, yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front had a very interesting score, I'll say. It was a little over the top at points. Like, I think of the
Yeah.
film Sicario, where there's a, like, kind of droll to Juarez, and you feel like, okay, yes, this is, like, something serious you should take seriously. In this film, it had something similar to that in a sense, but it was just too over the top, I think, and it was just kind of distracting. And I was like, "What is this? Is this like the war theme? Is this what is it? You know,
Yeah,
is this the
I
Kaiser
agree.
theme? What is it? Right?" So, that's what I have to say about that. It was interesting. I actually am kind of tied between Babylon and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Um, Yeah, Babylon has a very catchy tune to it. You remember it, you know. So I think uh I'd be satisfied if either one of those won from the Academy. I going against my baby on this, I think Babylon would win this one. So that's my pick.
All right. I will be really honest. I don't notice scores when I'm watching the movie. Like it obviously affects you, but it's a thing where it affects me and I don't realize that it's doing it. It's so
Mm.
subtle, which is the point. So good job, everyone. But I do, my boyfriend and I have a Spotify playlist that we listen to with scores of movies on it. One, it's easy to like focus to do the things, relax, do whatever. But
Hmm.
and that's when I like really get into and learn and understand like I love the score, I don't, that kind of thing. And I should have done that with these and I didn't because I was too busy trying to get through the Banshees of Inisherin. Um, just kidding. Anyway, but having said that, I I love Ireland, and so because I don't remember because I didn't notice it. I'm assuming that the Banshees had at least some type of Irish tone to it, and I would love to just listen to that on a daily basis. So I'm gonna go with Banshees.
Huh.
You know,
And
I liked what you said about how you don't like necessarily notice the scores when you're watching. Because
yeah,
I feel like with me, like with La La Land, like I
hmm
notice that score. I
yeah,
feel like when it does really connect, I guess for me, I notice it that much more. But
hmm
otherwise, like yeah, I don't remember there being a score in
yeah,
Banshees.
hmm
What score?
yeah.
Right.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and actually like find it and listen to it because I'm sure all of these are really like emotional and beautiful, but I don't remember a single one of them. Which is wild. I feel like if anything, that's just a testament to like the score did its job and it like affected your emotion without you even realizing it. But also the story can be so either like really engaging, like with everything everywhere all at once, or it can make you fall asleep. But
Yes,
like
that
what
is.
you know, like it's it like the story itself is having such an effect on you that you're not even thinking about all of the other things happening. Which I think is a good thing too. Like it's impressive.
Hmm.
And
But
I love the opposite too when I listen to a score and it kind of brings me back to the movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yes.
not to just, I guess, be entirely up La La Land's ass, but when I do hear Mia and Sebastian's theme,
hmm
okay, when I do hear it, I feel heartbroken.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
feel heartbroken. I miss my aunt who taught me about Hollywood and
hmm
about being a star.
Yeah.
No, but I do. Like, I feel sad. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what mood I'm already in. When I hear it, I'm
hmm
crying over a breakup that didn't happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All
All
right.
right. Next is original song, Applause from Tell It Like a Woman. Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Not To, Not To from RRR, This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think these songs are all, well, I'm not sure about Applause. I don't think I've heard that one. But the others I think are beautiful songs. I'm gonna go with Lift Me Up from Black Panther, from Rihanna. I think that's really, I mean, when I first heard it, I was just like, wow, that's an incredibly beautiful song. Yeah, that's my choice, and I think that one's gonna win.
Nice.
I did listen to all of these songs just before we got here. And I think Applause from Tell It Like a Woman is a god-awful song. That song is fucking terrible. Like, it's not 2016 anymore. What? How did that even get nominated, honestly? Especially over, like, I mean, I didn't listen to Taylor Swift's song for Where the Crawdads Sing, but like, I mean, like, I think Applause is like a really just like bad song. Sorry, Diane Warren, who wrote it. She's the big winner in the past, and not this year. Hold My Hand. I mean, Lady Gaga, she made a song that sounds like it's a song in a movie. So, like, good job.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not crazy about it. Lift Me Up, fantastic. I love it. Rihanna, let's go. Oh my God, it's a good ass song. Like, I'm listening to that song, saved it on Spotify. Not to, banger, absolute banger. That is a fun ass song. Yes, I love it. This Is a Life. It sounds exactly like what you think a David Byrne and Mitski collab would sound like. Yeah. So I think, to me, I think it's a toss up between Lift Me Up and Not To. And I think that this one could potentially be an upset, with the winner being Not To. I feel like maybe the average American viewer who's tuning into the Oscars won't necessarily, like, I feel like they'd be the ones to be like, what? I never heard of it. It's a big movie with global, worldwide audiences. And the song is really freaking fun. It's really fun. But I do love Lift Me Up. But didn't SZA won for All the Stars for the original Black Panther? No? Didn't that win Best Song? Let me do a quick Google search.
That's a good question. I mean, it should have won Best Song, because that was also wonderful.
See. I don't recall.
I wonder.
It was a nominee. Let's see.
It's crazy how just 1 year later, we're just like, I don't know. Making the picks. I don't know.
Yeah, while she's looking that up, I'll make my pick.
Yeah, make your pick.
It is Lift Me Up from Black Panther. That's my pick. I mean, both, it's interesting, both Lady Gaga song and Rihanna song are like end credit ones, but we know Black Panther, how those end credits go. You know, it's Marvel, so it doesn't really end. But but it was done so well. Like, it was like it kind of told the story of, you know, the passing of Black Panther. You know, it was kind of like in the film. It was just kind of just a nice moment I felt after the film.
Yeah. I agree. The moment that I saw this list, I was like, that is it. And if Lift Me Up doesn't win, I will burn you to go to the ground. Like I immediately saved that song on my Spotify playlist as well. And I probably listened to it on repeat for like weeks because it made me cry. It made me like feel so many things. And it's just an emotional release. It's so good. And you can feel everything in her voice through that song. And the moment that it came on in the movie was the perfect time for that song, like the absolute perfect moment for it to come on. And I was like on the verge of tears, and I was like, nope, I've got it together. Yes, go me, because I've only cried 30 times so far. And I held it together. And then the moment that song came on, I just started bawling. Like, okay, cool. I will agree though, Becca, Natu is a banger. I was listening to that just a second ago on mute, and it's really good. It's so fun. But Lift Me Up, all like hands down, no question, it has to be Lift Me Up. It's so raw and emotional and beautiful. It's too much. It's perfect.
And unfortunately, well, I am going to change my prediction to Lift Me Up because in 2019, Lady Gaga won Best Original Song for Shallow from A Star Is Born.
yeah.
If I knew the year,
Yep.
what else was
Yes.
nominated?
And so,
Right.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah,
first
this
of all,
one
they kind of owe Black Panther
right
win, but
Yeah.
also it would be deserving still.
Mhm.
It's still deserving, but they do also kind of owe them because All the Stars is also so great.
So good. Also on the playlist,
Such a good song.
there's so many Black Panther songs from both movies that I have saved on my playlist because they're so good. Those movies are amazing.
Like those songs are good and they're not now karaoke songs.
Right.
Like that's a little
Mhm.
bit cringe, for the Oscar winner to kind of just be the newest karaoke song for the girlies that aren't brave enough to try to do Whitney or Celine. Anyway.
Not brave enough for that. Anyways. Okay, next category.
And the nominees for directing: The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness. I feel like maybe we should have said the names of the directors for this one.
Yeah,
No?
that's kind of weird that it's not on there. It's interesting.
Yeah, we're just reading from the Oscar ballot that they supply to everyone. Right.
Even in directing, they aren't giving the directors DAP. Like,
well, we're not naming costume designers or cinematographers either. So
that's okay. That's true. That's true. I suppose Rihanna's name was not next to Lift Me Up. So
I guess, but like the directors are more like we know who. Like that, I don't know. Anyway, it's Martin McDonagh for Banshees, Daniels for Everything Everywhere, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. And I think it's going to go to Daniels.
Jennifer, what do you think?
I really think Steven Spielberg is going to take it for The Fabelmans. I think he's got this one, and I would be okay with that. I think Sarah Polley should have been nominated, though. I was really bummed about that.
Yeah, that was yours.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you actually might be right though, about The Fabelmans. Because I think they might give this one to Steven, give him his little prize, because then, they're going to give Best Picture to Everything Everywhere. But they got to give Steven something. They have to give him something. This is his like passion project that's about movies, and we know the Academy loves themselves. So they need to give him like a nice bite of cookie with like a bunch of chocolate chips in the bite, you know? They got to give him something meaty. So I think they might actually give him directing. Maybe. Yeah.
Now I'm hungry. What is happening?
Baked goods, Rahana.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I think the Fabelmans should have been nominated for cinematography. I thought the cinematography was gorgeous. I mean, it was shot on film and it was just beautiful.
Mhm.
That was surprising to me.
All right, Alan.
So, let's see. So did you pick Fabelmans also, Becca? Or
Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards. Oh shit! But you know, fuck. This one's a hard one. This one's really a hard one because
you have
like,
your Academy pick, but what's your pick?
I mean, I guess I think that it maybe should go to Tar because Todd Field is more. I feel like he's more of an actor most of the time, like in smaller roles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think he did like a truly knockout job with directing Tar, but a lot of people also did not like the movie. So, but I don't know. After I saw it, I just looked it up on Letterboxd, clicked to view all the reviews, and then sorted them from lowest to highest. And it seemed like most people who complained and said they hated the movie hated it like for exactly what the movie like was trying to say. So it was like you were so close to getting it, but it just went right over your head. Like people complaining that it was like too pretentious. Like, yes, it is. Quite so, actually. But you actually don't need to understand anything about music composition and you'll get all of it.
So Tar?
Oh, but I love Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah.
So all of them, they all get an Oscar?
No, I mean, okay. I guess to me, what was most impressive about Triangle of Sadness was the way that I felt boat sick sitting on my freaking couch. Okay. Like I get boat sick too. I cannot go on boats on any body of water. It doesn't matter how big the boat is. I feel it. And I felt nauseous. I felt like I was on a boat when I was watching the movie. And that I found very, very impressive. So,
Are you sure you didn't feel nauseous because people were throwing up and having diarrhea?
Oh, positive.
All at once?
I was a summer camp counselor, so like the fluids, those I can do it. I can handle that.
The fluid in motion, though.
A boat, no.
Oh, the fluids what did it for me. I couldn't.
Yeah, the slip and sliding as the boat, you know.
Those actors all deserve their own personal Oscars for shooting those puke scenes, honestly.
Yeah. And the one lady who's on the floor in the bathroom, and because the boat's moving, she's sliding and it's
and then
my boyfriend was so mad that she wasn't the one who was like nominated at the Golden Globes. Or there was like a nomination. Yeah, there was a nomination for supporting actress at the Golden Globes, and it was the other woman who has a bigger role in the second half of the movie. But my boyfriend was so angry that pukey lady didn't get the nomination instead.
She deserved it.
It was chocolate. It's okay.
Okay. Still gross. Anyway, Alan, what's your pick?
Well, I think you know. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. The end. And
same here.
Of Rant.
Yeah, same. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, okay. Team Everything. Again.
Yep.
All right.
Checkbox.
Next.
And the nominees for costume design: Babylon, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything, everywhere, all at once. Mrs. Harris goes to Paris. And I think Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris should 100% win. 100%. Okay? And we can argue about that. This is the hill I will die on. Okay? They are recreating Dior haute couture. Okay? And they did use original Dior drawings too to recreate these pieces. Yes. Like, and oh my gosh. And just with the way, just in terms too of like how it relates to fast fashion today and like the different fashion houses and like the future of couture. I personally love that movie. I thought it was so cute. I did watch it. But yeah, the dresses were just absolutely gorgeous. So, so stunning. And just to be able to still pay that close of attention and make everything to haute couture standards. That's not like with haute couture, everything is made to order. It's made to you and you only, hand finishing, like everything's done by hand. There are no sewing machines. Like to get haute couture clothing today, tens of thousands of dollars. Like it's a very minuscule percentage of people who are getting clothes this way. And it is the absolute highest standard of clothing. And so just to be able to see a movie where that is so well appreciated too, and just so full on display, I absolutely loved. That's my piece.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I did not see that film, so I have no opinion on that one. Didn't see Babylon. For costume design, I would have to go with either Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or Elvis. I think either one of those will get it. Boy, I think either one would be great, so I'm gonna pick both. Can I pick both, or do I have to pick one?
What? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've picked multiples before, so I think you're fine.
Do you feel like you lean slightly one way more than the other, or on that?
Well, I kind of feel like Black Panther will win. I'm okay with either one winning. I kind of hope Black Panther wins. Okay, no, I have to make a decision. I am going to say, I'm going to just go Black Panther.
Okay.
Will win and should win, and that's it. That's my final answer.
Who wants to be a millionaire? All right. Gosh, yeah, this was kind of a tough category because I know the Academy goes for like the dresses and all that stuff. Because I know Cruella won last year, and this is a tough one for me because it's like Babylon had really good costumes, so did Everything Everywhere All at Once, because there were obviously multiple universes with very different setups, and then even the hot dog hands, I mean, come on, how can that not get an Oscar, right?
Okay, on that note though, I think that Everything Everywhere should have gotten the nomination for makeup and hairstyling. Because I think that it would be a better contender in that role, in that category. Personally, because I would have chosen that to be a winner, like especially with the bagel hair.
Yeah, yep. And all of her makeup.
The everything bagel.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love everything bagel. Anyways,
the best bagel. It is.
It is. It really is. Thanks to that movie, I know what it is.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You didn't have one before?
I'm not really big on bagels normally, so.
What?
That I'm taking that personally. It's an
Same.
insult.
I just normally don't stop by the bagel aisle. It's not, I don't.
Well, there are no, okay, don't buy your bagels from a supermarket, first of all. There are no good bagels really in Minnesota either, but next time you're in New York or New Jersey, get a
Maybe
bagel.
that's it. I'm in the wrong state. All
Bagels
right.
are amazing, and everything bagels are the best bagels that have ever
They
been.
are. And honestly, the film helped me know that there was an everything bagel because I know there's like plain, there's like the raisin kind, and you know.
Oh my God, please.
Raisin kind.
Please, no. Enough, because it's hurting me. It's hurting me.
I'm sorry, Becca. I'm sorry.
All right. So what's your pick, Mr. Allen?
I have 3 picks. Yeah, I'm like Jennifer on this one. This is torture because it's like Babylon, Everything Everywhere at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I think it's between Everything Everywhere All at Once or Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. So I think the Academy goes dresses, so I think that has a better chance of winning there. And especially people who know fashion, they'll really harp on their fellow Academy or members to go that way. So, but my heart is with Everything Everywhere All at Once, of course. So that's my personal pick.
I have not seen Babylon or Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, even though about a week after we decided we were going to do this, we do it every year. Alan texted me and said, "You have to watch Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. You're going to love it." And I didn't. I'm sorry. I mean to. I just wanted to try and get through the best pictures first and ran out of time. But I mean, honestly, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Elvis, Black Panther, they could all win for it. I think and I hope that Black Panther will win. I wouldn't be shocked if Elvis won. Wouldn't love it. But Black Panther's my pick.
Okay, so I would be upset if Elvis wins this one. And I have reasons. I have legitimate reasons. I think there is a high chance that it will win because Catherine Martin is the costume designer and she's won a ton of Oscars for costume design. However, I was reading about her work on the costume design for Elvis, and she was, first of all, they weren't really super focused on historical accuracy with the costumes. So I know I read that in one of the first big scenes where it's Elvis, they wanted him in one of his more iconic outfits just for the sake of the audience really recognizing him as a superstar, even if the scene itself isn't depicting him in that position of fame.
Oh.
And then so that, I don't know. That just kind of, I guess, rubbed. I don't know. I don't like that in theory for whatever reason. I don't like it. I
also thought they put a focus on Elvis's costume, which makes sense. The movie is Elvis, and he had a very, very specific and well-known style. But I felt like everybody else was just kind of, there. You just didn't really notice stuff with everyone else. Or at least I don't remember it. But yeah. So if they did win, it would win because of his stuff. Or his stuff. Oh my God. His costumes. And that's it. Whereas with Black Panther, it's everyone and it's everywhere. And it's such a vast array of what they did.
I guess, I don't know. Another reason why, I think that this is really the only category where my favorite pick is the one that I'm also choosing as my prediction. I don't know. I think that the costumes in Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris are the story is dependent on the costumes. The costumes are the story. Right. And everything that the characters wear, like Ada, the main character, what she's wearing when it's not like haute couture Dior, it's still very similar. Like she's still in these floral prints. Like you still see her and identify with her regardless of which outfit she's wearing. And the costumes are so central to the story itself.
Just like in Cruella, when it was like she's a seamstress or whatever, and
I
all
didn't
that.
see Cruella,
Yeah, well,
but
some of us have to, so.
I love Dior, so I want Mrs. Harris goes to Paris to win.
I honestly think you're right about that, so anyways. Okay.
On to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the nominees for cinematography: All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, Tar.
And the winner is no.
Jennifer, what's your pick?
Well, I had a hard time with this one. Like I mentioned, I think The Fabelmans should have been in this category for sure.
Huh.
I did not see Bardo or Empire of Light, unfortunately. So of the three, I mean, it's really hard to say. I think the cinematography was beautiful in all of them. So I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm gonna go with that.
Good pick.
Becca, how about you?
God, honestly, I have no idea. I know the Film Society screened Bardo, and I don't know if it was on its own screening or maybe if it was part of like Cine Latino one year potentially. But I mean, I don't really think the cinematography was anything all that special in Tar, as much as I liked the movie. Like, I don't know what made it get nominated here. So I'm gonna keep the same strategy with my original score prediction and go with the war movie and go with All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's two. No, yeah, the cinematography for All Quiet on the Western Front was excellent. That was one of the things that, yeah, I couldn't deny about the film. I've seen all the films. I can understand why Tar did. It has a very unique perspective on things. Like a lot of the horizon lines are kind of ignored, either at the top or bottom. Very interesting looks on that, and I dig that. I dig that like off-center kind of look of things, a unique perspective. Empire of Light, definitely very great shots in that film. Yeah, Olivia Colman in that one. I think, I don't know. All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, I mentioned like there's a lot of wide angle shots that I really love in that.
Yeah.
And those, I think they only used like 2 different lenses, I think they shot on 65 millimeter. So that's an impressive feat too. Let's see. Bardo though is my favorite. I think I like the film more than maybe the cinematography, but there are shots where it's like a guy standing in the square and then they do a time lapse, but he's, I love that little trick. That's a little more editing trick, but of like the sun setting and then this guy moving in the square, and it's like a dreamy movie. It's just so if like Bardo, that the state between living and not. So it's just kind of Yeah, my pick is Bardo though. So
Okay, once you said that about Tar, I did realize that I really loved one of like the last shots, the way it was done, um, where she's about to storm in and
like Sunday Night
the
Football, just gonna tackle.
no, when she starts off like backstage near the trumpet
Mm-hmm.
player. I don't know these musical
She's in the
instruments,
dark,
but
right? And
yeah,
then
and she's like
it looks like
next to
she's
him
preparing to like
to go out.
yeah.
And then she runs out and she attacks him.
That's my
And
favorite part.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, I like the way they like did the camera work there. I don't know. I like that. That just
Yeah,
made me think of it.
I was just that scene is the funniest part in the film to me because it's just like, oh, she's coming out, but they're playing, and then oh, it's him when she.
I thought the funniest part was actually at the very beginning where the woman who she's totally fucking comes up to talk to her with the red Birkin bag, and then she gets a red Birkin bag, and then she doesn't even want to use it. I'll take that red Birkin, please.
It's all pastiche.
Um, I don't know. So I haven't seen Empire of Light yet. But we did watch like a behind the scenes making of where it includes like them shooting it and this and that. Which was amazing and it made me want to watch it. And I remember being really impressed with a lot of that. And so I do think that All Quiet on the Western Front certainly has a chance. It very well may win. But my pick for who I hope wins is Empire of Light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. It was a tough field for this was actually one of the fields that I think is the toughest to pick from because they're all very unique perspectives, I think, from the camera. And it's everything we're seeing, so there you go.
And the nominees for animated feature film: Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, Turning Red. Jennifer?
So in this group, well, I've only seen two of the five, Pinocchio and Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So I can't really speak about the other three. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On was adorable. I really enjoyed it. But Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I thought was incredible. I cried at the end of this movie. I was just in tears. I loved it. I loved the characters. I loved the way he just kind of morphed it into his own film. It was so much more interesting than the original story. And I love basically anything Guillermo del Toro does anyways. I haven't seen a film of his that I haven't loved. So this is just another one for the list. And I think that it will win.
Okay.
I also saw two of the nominated films, and I saw Marcel the Shell with Shoes On and Turning Red. And I thought Turning Red was so freaking cute. I loved it. Marcel the Shell. Ooh, do I count you as an animated film? Not quite. Not quite. No, I don't. But that's okay. Um, do I really think Marcel will win? No, you little shell. I don't think that you'll win. I do love you though. I did get my little mini Marcel the Shell from A24. He's in my
Ooh.
office. Hell yeah, I did.
He's so cute.
By the keyboard? Is he like, yeah.
He came in like his own little, like a box, and there's a cardboard piece in it where if you turn it inside out, it folds and it looks like the roof of a house.
Oh.
It's really cute. I haven't seen Pinocchio, but honestly, Pinocchio, why is that not an adapted screenplay? Riddle me that, Academy. Okay.
That's a good point.
We have too many sequels. We didn't have time.
An adapted screenplay. Anyway.
For your adaptation.
I am sure that Pinocchio is fantastic. But I love that Turning Red is an original story and a great story. And I mean, there aren't too many, I don't know, I feel like Turning Red is a great movie that kind of lives between a movie that's for children and like it still works for young adults, I think. And even like adults can still watch that too and be able to relate to it. And I wish that I had a movie like Turning Red when I was 12. So I would love it if Turning Red would win. But I guess I have a weird feeling in my gut that Pinocchio will actually end up winning.
Okay, interesting. So your heart is with Turning Red, but Academy, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Don't be so blue. Let's see. I've seen all except for Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Still in theaters, I think.
I heard it's great.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Pinocchio as well. I do like this version of the story. It's very unique and gives it more perspective on maybe a different time too. So versus like the Disney version of Pinocchio and how that's not quite Pinocchio too. So, but yeah.
Did you cry at the end? Tell the truth.
I did not.
You did not?
But yeah, it was very sad, but I was also very also with the whole prologue. Just that part was more sad than because the tree that he comes from is how he makes Pinocchio, and then it's just from the grave. It's just that's such a good I don't know. It reminds me of Up a little in that sense, where it's a big downer at the beginning, and then a better story springs from that. So it's just very interesting to me. Rahana.
So I haven't seen any of these. I desperately want to see Marcel the Shell with the shoes on. The moment that I saw that trailer, I was like, this looks amazing. And I love Jenny Slate. And the fact that she is Marcel warms my heart so much. So I terribly want to see it. I want that to win desperately. I have a bone to pick with. No, I don't. Never mind. You know what? No, I don't. The only other thing that I'll say is I refuse to watch Pinocchio, and that's because I hate just Pinocchio in general. The story, every Pinocchio that's ever been made. I used to be in love with JTT. I was going to marry him when I grew up, and even I watched it once. I bought the VHS because he was on it, and then I was like, never again. I hate the story of Pinocchio. I don't know why.
But he's a real boy.
As a kid, it almost weirded me out, that kind of weird feeling where I was like, no, please no, never again. And so now any version of Pinocchio I just cannot do.
Huh.
I have no doubt that it's probably excellent. I've also never seen any of Guillermo del Toro's movies.
Oh
I
my God.
I hadn't realized that. I actually just looked it up. So unless there's something that's not on Wikipedia, have not seen it.
So I
But
think as therapy, I think you should watch this version of Pinocchio. I think it will help you heal.
first I have to see Marcel the Shell with Shoes on. But yeah, I don't really know, and I've never heard of the Sea Beast. I've seen zero Puss in Boots movies. I'm a little irritated that it's on here because
That's also an adapted screenplay Academy.
yes,
Okay.
there's 5 of those already. What is
And
happening?
Shrek never got its Oscar, so
Right?
No, not
Um,
one of the 4 or 5. How many do we have?
yeah.
the original
Um,
Shrek is a masterpiece.
It
yes.
is. Yes.
But yeah, so Marcel
So
is
it's the
my
second.
pick, and I desperately hope that it wins.
So your blind pick's Marcel. Good.
Blind
Okay.
pick.
All right.
I'm excited for these next few.
And the nominees for actress in a supporting role: Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever; Hong Chow, The Whale; Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin; Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once; Stephanie Sue, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really hope I got all those names right. The pronunciations. Did I not? Tell me right now, because I can redo them. I can redo the ones I messed up.
Sounded good to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I
No?
don't know, so yeah.
Alan?
You're fine.
Whose
What?
name did I mispronounce? Whose name
No
did I
one.
mispronounce?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Jennifer,
Okay.
who do you think? Who do you think's gonna win it?
I think Angela Bassett is going to take it for sure. And I hope she does. She was incredible. I mean, she's always incredible. And does she age? My God.
Right.
It's like you look at films of her from like 20 years ago and she doesn't look any different. In fact, she looks better. She looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I think she's going to take it. I hope she does. I did not see The Whale. Carrie Condon was great in Banshees. She really was. She's deserving of. Jamie Lee Curtis was hilarious. She was so funny, and Stephanie Sue was great. Was great also. So I mean, they're all very well deserving of this nomination, but definitely Angela Bassett's going to take it.
Becca.
I think that the Academy favorite and that the general audience favorite is Ms. Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, like I said, I haven't seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but I have a feeling that Jennifer is right and that it should go to Angela Bassett. But again, as I did also say previously before as well, that the Academy is racist. And so I think that it will inevitably, most likely, go to Jamie Lee Curtis. And I hope that I'm wrong, but that is my prediction.
Touche.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, what do you got?
Well, I picked Jamie Lee Curtis. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think, I love Angela Bassett in the first Black Panther. I loved her in the second one. I'm glad she had a bigger role in the second one. So, I would not be disappointed if Angela Bassett won, obviously. But, I'm sticking with my film, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm going with Jamie Lee Curtis. But I did not see The Whale, so sorry, don't know.
Um, I I thought Jamie was also very funny. Carrie, I'm just gonna call everybody by their first names now because we're like this.
You're good
Carrie, I
friends now.
thought
Yeah.
was great. I thought she was really funny and she had some really moving moments. I just love her accent. I kept like trying to mimic it, but I think I was annoying the boyfriend. That's fine. I felt like Stephanie did an excellent job. Um, honestly, I think she would deserve it over Jamie Lee Curtis. And Jamie Lee Curtis was great, but I don't know, I feel like Stephanie did. But yeah, my pick is Angela Bassett. She's just amazing in that role. So yeah.
Okay.
And the nominees for actress in a leading role: Kate Blanchett, Tar; Anna de Armas, Blonde; Andrea Riseborough, to Leslie; Michelle Williams, The Fabelmans; Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
So this right here is an incredible group of actresses. These performances, every single one, are deserving. I think they should all get it. But you know, I have to go with Andrea Riseborough. To Leslie, this is a film that most people haven't seen, and there's no way she's going to win. This film, her character in this is so real that when you're watching this movie, it's hard to believe that this is an actress. I mean, I was blown away as an actress. I'm like, oh, to have a role like that, to be able to play that, would be a dream. I mean, it's a very indie, lower budget film. I really, really enjoyed it, and her performance was, I think, one of the top maybe 30 performances I've ever seen. So she is my pick. She will not win. Michelle Williams was great in The Fabelmans. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, she was fantastic. Kate Blanchett, incredible. I Anna de Armas was great in Blonde. I hated the movie. I couldn't stand the movie, but she did a great job. I think this is a really tough one. I think it could go to Kate Blanchett or Michelle Yeoh for sure. I think it'll be between those two.
But your favorite was?
My favorite is Andrea Riseborough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the film, To Leslie?
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't get to watch it.
Did you see it, Becca?
Not yet. I had looked it up and I saw what it was about, so I know that I have to be in a certain mood to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wasn't finding myself in that mood until like before this.
You know what's weird though? When you watch the trailer, it's not like the trailer at all. Like, okay, yes, she's a woman who won the lottery, but that really has very little to do with the film at all. It's about this lost soul who is just, how would I say? It's weird because yeah, she won this money. She's an alcoholic. She has substance abuse issues. So she drank all her money away. But it's not really about that at all. It's just about this lost human being who's just trying to figure things out and to do something with her life. It's heartbreaking. I really loved it. So you should see it for sure.
That film has a good cast. What did you think?
Yeah.
Very good cast. And throughout the whole film. So
what did you think of her performance? Ellen. Do you know she's British, by the way?
Is she? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Her
did not
accent
know that.
is West Texas perfect.
Huh.
I mean, you would never know.
Right. I'll get to my opinion soon. Becca?
Okay.
I think, ooh, this one, this category is a little unsettling for me. Um, you know how with like a lot of the biggest Trump supporters are like, show us her emails about Hillary Clinton. I'm like, show me Andrea Riseborough's emails. Okay. I'm sorry, but let's release her emails. Okay. Because, excuse me, what?
What?
Huh?
Oh,
I don't think
did
I've
none of
ever
you
heard of
guys
her
see
before.
any of yes, exactly. Did you not hear about all of the hullabaloo around her nomination?
I missed it. I was busy watching like 100 films, so
Yes. Okay. So one thing I like to point out right here is that so Viola Davis was nominated for the Golden Globe
mhm.
for actress in a leading role. And yet you'll also notice that she's missing from this list of nominations. And The Woman King and Till brought in so much more box office money. Not that it's about box office money, but
Right.
about then the number of people who were able to see the film and the average audience of the Academy Awards. And then Andrea, all of a sudden, a bunch of very famous white actresses were posting all about how much they love to Leslie. I don't know the last time I saw actresses such as Cate Blanchett, fellow nominee, raving about a movie that they weren't even in. And it's not so much, it's not a, it doesn't have to do, it doesn't have anything to do with Andrea's performance or the movie itself. This is more about a gripe that I have with the Academy and how when you are white and have very famous white friends, that you can find yourself in such a great position in front of the general public. And like, I don't know, like, I like the story of Emmett Till, and I feel like I see stories on the news about people still like shooting through like signs, like honoring his memory. And like, we know what America we live in and how popular that movie was to not get anything. And The Woman King, like,
Yes.
it's like, it's great to see like Michelle Yeoh be nominated. And I mean, I guess Anna de Armas, even though like I absolutely refuse to see Blonde. Like this book, also adapted screenplay anyway. The book that it's based on is fiction. And then they make this movie. All I had to know was that there's this bizarre shot where the point of view is her freaking vagina. And I was like, I'm out. I'm out. Don't need to see it. Do not need to see it. Okay. And it's like almost 3 hours long. No, thank you. But yeah, it makes it a little bit lackluster. Like, I guess if anything, it would have been cooler to see this film end up getting nominated in Best Original Screenplay. Like that to me would have been a lot cooler just for the film itself, for independent film in general, for it to have received that nomination. Like this one, actress in a leading role. I mean, especially when like Michelle Yeoh is the favorite. I mean, Andrea, do you really think you are going to win this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like you're doing this campaign like that this year? Girl, what are you doing? Like it's like you have the one call that you can make to your friend for help with something. This is not when you make that call if you only get the one. Like what are you thinking? Anyway, on that note, I think it's really tight between Cate Blanchett and Michelle Yeoh because I think Cate Blanchett did like seriously a fucking phenomenal job as Lydia Tarr. Linda Tarr, spoiler alert. But
Wait, what?
Did you guys see the movie?
I did not see the movie.
Oh, okay. We'll see the movie and then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I'm not going to explain the spoiler to you.
Okay.
And I mean, when it comes to Michelle Yeoh and Everything Everywhere All at Once, like what I don't love about Everything Everywhere is that I feel like the story itself is trying to do too much. Like in the same way where I do feel like my experience, like with my mom, I relate a lot to like the very basic concept of the story, but it felt like it was being too pushy on me almost, if that makes sense. Like the same way where like when you have a family member who's like trying so hard with you to get close to you and that just makes you want to push them away even more. That was kind of like how I felt with Everything Everywhere. And I kind of agree with a lot of the critiques of it being kind of like the Marvelization of independent film. Um, I think that's why it appealed to a very wide audience and why it's been so successful. So if anything, I'm more disappointed in the world than anything that has to do with actually the movie itself. Everything Everywhere is not my favorite Daniels movie, but Michelle Yeoh is really incredible in it. God, it's so hard because this is one where like the Academy could go like with their darling who's been nominated so many times. I mean, the last time Cate Blanchett won was what? Blue Jasmine, I think. But she's gotten so many nominations. But she did win one, so maybe. So I think that they might. I think they might. Ooh. I think Michelle Yeoh. That's my final answer.
I love that you brought up everything that you brought up, because I have been waiting for this category the whole time to bring up Woman King. So I was watching it the other day because we're watching nominated movies, and I was like, you know what, I want to watch. I didn't get to watch it before when it came out, and I really want to, and now is my perfect opportunity. I'm gonna watch Woman King. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. And Alan's like, I just watched this. And I'm like, I'm watching Woman King. I was like, if Viola Davis doesn't win, I'm gonna like, I think I said, I'm gonna burn you to go to the ground. And he goes, well, that'll be tough because she wasn't nominated. And I lost it. I was like, what? Literally, what? How was that even possible? Like, she was unbelievable. Her performance was like one of the best I mean, this is what this category is. It was one of the best performances in a movie that I've seen in a very long time. It was outstanding. It was amazing. It was everything that you wanted it to be and more. I mean, the entire movie is. And I will touch on that when we get to Best Picture. Curious that it's not in that category. I was so angry. And my response was literally the exact same thing. Like, if if Viola Davis had been in one of these other movies, like if she had been one of these other roles, it would not have been nominated. But because she wasn't, like, and if any of these ladies had been Woman King, they would have been nominated, because the movie and the performance is so strong and it's so good. It's like, it's just one of the best performances I've seen in years. It truly, truly is, and it enraged me. So I love that you just said the same thing, because that's, for like 3 weeks now, that's all I've been talking about. And Alan's laughing because, like, the moment that you brought it up, he was laughing at me because he knew exactly what I was going to say.
I had you there. I was just like, that would be interesting, but
yeah. Oh man, I just, like, I haven't felt that strongly about something Oscar wise in a very long time. Having said that, my pick is Michelle Yeoh, and I'm done. Alan, what's your pick?
I did see all of the films, all excellent performances. Yes, you know my favorite, Michelle Yeoh. It's everything, everywhere, all at once. But all the performances were good. Even Michelle Williams did great in The Fabelmans. Her character had such a struggle in that film, and it was just like, wow, she did that really well. I wasn't expecting that from that film, because it's like Becca, you kind of mentioned, like, it's a film. It's like the Harry Styles quote, being a movie, but it's, she brought some, like, depth to it, I'd say. And then to Leslie, definitely be in the mood for that, be ready. But Mark Maron was perfectly placed. Let's see. Blonde. Ooh. I remember messaging with someone who had posted about, like, they go to their Cinephile also, and they see, like, all the films, and he had a picture of Blonde. Is like, oh, I have to see this still, and I was like, he was saying, like, how I'm not sure if you're gonna like it or not. You know, it's not an enjoyable film, and and then Tar, of course, just she did really good in that. But my pick, Michelle Yeoh. I think she just the amount of different characterizations of the same character, and all kind of converging into different worlds. That's a very interesting role when you get to play all those different versions too. So that's my pick.
I'm going to take this time to apologize for mispronouncing Michelle Yeoh's last name. And you should correct me, because this is unedited. You should feel free to correct me, because I don't want to mispronounce anyone's name.
I was trying to. You were trying to tell you, but you didn't hear me. So
I'm sorry.
I think I might have said it wrong too.
Yeah, I definitely said it wrong, because I think I said it.
I have said it wrong in the past too, so don't worry about it, guys.
So wait, what did we say, and what is it?
I said Michelle Yeoh. It is Michelle Yeoh.
Okay. Okay.
I am someone who needs to use, I love the YouTube how to pronounce whatever account that is. Because I am someone who reads and then I say all the words wrong, because I've never actually heard them out loud.
Or seen them spelt out sometimes.
Yes. Because I did in this next category.
Oh, wait.
I do have what?
Rahana, what was your pick?
Michelle.
Okay.
Yeoh.
Okay.
Yo.
I was about to say it wrong again.
Yo.
Or maybe I did anyway. I don't know. Everything everywhere all at once. Michelle. Me and Michelle, we go way back. Yeah, she's my way. Yeah.
For this next category, I do have a how to pronounce Google search pulled up, and it's not for who you think it might be. The nominees for actor in a supporting role. And you can also make your guesses of whose name I have pulled up for how to pronounce. Okay. And the nominees: Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin, Alan is Right, Brian Tyree Henry, Causeway, Judd Hirsch, The Fablemans, Barry Cowgan, The Banshees of Inisherin, Ke Huy Quan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And for the listeners out there, if my pronunciation of Ke Huy Quan is wrong, you can blame James Franco because that is the clip that we watched when he announced the winner, I think at the Golden Globes. So that is what my pronunciation is based on. So send hate to James Franco.
Quick question. Who is Barry in the Banshees? Oh,
he's like the younger guy, the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon
who
as
has
I
a
said
crazy
it
backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was excellent in his role. Okay. I completely forgot and was like, there's more than 2 male characters? Duh. There's 3 male characters. How can you not remember? All right. Sorry. Anyway, Jennifer, what's your pick?
So I did not see Causeway. Definitely on my list, but I haven't gotten to that yet. The other 4 were all wonderful. They really were. I'm gonna go with Judd Hirsch though in The Fablemans. I don't think he'll win, but he's. When I was watching that film and he came on screen, like his role wasn't very large, but while he was on screen, he just like took over the whole movie. It was all about him. I mean, he was just. It was such a great character. I enjoyed it so much. Who do I think will win? I think Juan is probably going to win, so he's my will win, but my favorite pick is going to be Judd Hirsch.
I did see Causeway, and I liked it a lot. It made me like Jennifer Lawrence again. It really did. It's good. And I will say that I loved Brian Tyree Henry in it. And I think my Letterboxd, I know that I had a funny Letterboxd review because it was about Brian. But also ever since our conversations about actress in a leading role and now actor in a supporting role, I'm most upset that Nope got so snubbed. Right? That would have counted for this year. Right? Yeah, it's a 2022 movie.
Yeah, it was.
I'm really upset with the lack of any nominations for anything because oh God. Okay, sorry. Not to go on a tangent. Oh yeah.
Oh, please
I do think after seeing Causeway that Brian Tyree Henry should be the next James Bond.
Ooh.
Does it really make sense with what Causeway is about? No, it doesn't. But it's like you get a different vibe of him. Like he's playing like a very different character. And I could see him playing an amazing James Bond. I love him. Anyway, it's going to go to Ke Huy Quan. There's no way. There's no way. If it doesn't go to him, and it also doesn't go to Brian Tyree Henry, it's because the Academy's racist. So.
Oh, yes. I agree. I think Ke Huy Quan should be the winner. I've been watching like some interesting videos about like beta males based on the film and how they're portrayed in like other films and how they're supposed to be like different and the way this character comes out. And obviously as a person, his story is very interesting too, from Temple of Doom to like now. It's like all that time between making a film with Steven Spielberg and then now this. It's just, yeah, I like it a lot. I like this story. Plus I love also the characterizations he got to play from like different, popular films that they mimicked. And yeah, I think I mean, Judd Hirsch, yeah, that's very interesting because he was like in well, not one scene, but like not even a full act of the film. It was just like he visited and then he was gone. But yeah, he was a good character. But gosh, I don't know what more to say, honestly. Some of these films I find interesting, like Banshees and Everything Everywhere All at Once in the supporting roles here. I think that splits the vote in those categories, so it's a potential for both those actors from those same films not winning. So, yeah, that's why I think like Banshees will split their votes possibly there too. So,
Yeah. So I thought Barry, who I forgot existed 10 minutes ago, did such an amazing job in Banshees. He was probably one of the few parts of the what should have been a 10-minute movie was really, really excellent. But I do think that Key will win. I did not see Causeway either, but I really, really want to. That was going to be the first like non-Best Picture movie that I was going to watch, and I just didn't get through the Best Picture movies, so I didn't get to it. But I've wanted to see that since like I saw a trailer for it. It looks amazing. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I love Brian Tyree Henry. Like anything that I've ever seen him do has just been outstanding. His last movie, Bullet Train, one of my favorite movies of the past like 5 years. Like I could watch that thing every day. Like and he's so good. He's so good. So without even having seen the movie, I am certain that he did an amazing job just from watching the trailers. That is my pick for who I want to win. Key is who I think will win.
okay.
We're getting close.
All right. This one.
And the nominees for actor in a leading role: Austin Butler, Elvis; Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin; Brendan Fraser, The Whale; Paul Mescal, Aftersun. Oh God. Bill Nye? Bill Nye. Bill Nye, Living. I like forgot for a second there.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah.
Please give us some emails to look over. If
you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy from Living.
He's
The
from
English
Living.
guy.
The guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, who has the
beard.
The octopus beard. Yeah, come on.
Oh my God, that's him?
That's him. And he's in oh my God, why can I not remember it? It's the British movie about Christmas.
Love Actually.
And Love Actually. He's in Love Actually. He's the rock star, the old guy.
I remember like the CGI from that Pirates of the Caribbean movie being like insane for the time. Like,
yep.
Like mind blown.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So excellent. So that
Oh, wow, he's done a lot of voice work for video games too. Huh.
Yeah, he is an accomplished actor.
Destiny 2.
Anyway, I have strong feelings about this category, but Jennifer, your thoughts?
I want to buffer this for us, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Before we dive in.
I think I know what it is.
Okay, so in this category, I have only seen two. I've only seen Austin Butler's performance and Colin Farrell. Have yet to see The Whale, Aftersun, or Living, unfortunately, so I can't really make a very good Well, I can make a good guess. So I think it's definitely going to be between Brendan Fraser and Austin Butler. I think it'll be one of those two. I don't know. It's like 50-50. I'm not sure who's going to get it. I loved Austin Butler and Colin Farrell. They were both fantastic, and they were the only two of the five I've seen. So I'm gonna pick Austin Butler for Elvis. But gosh, okay, I have to pick one who's going to win, right? So which one? Eeny, meeny. I um I'm gonna say that Brendan Fraser is going to win.
But your favorite's Austin Butler.
But I haven't seen The Whale, so
Right. But you think the Academy will go?
I think they're gonna go with Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
I think.
All right, Becca.
Okay.
Strong thoughts.
After Sun was my absolute favorite movie of the year. 100%. Oh, like I can't say enough good things about it. Debut feature by Charlotte Wells, produced by Barry Jenkins. It's incredible. Like I saw it, and after I left and the entire drive home from the theater, I was crying.
Aww.
It is so beautiful, and it's not like it's not overtly sad. It is the movie that hits you after when you're done watching it. It is so beautiful, shot on film. And Paul plays a young single dad on holiday with his 12-year-old daughter in Turkey. And so that is the film. It's their vacation together. And kind of you get to see both his daughter coming to like see her father as an adult in and of himself. And Paul, as his character, is starting to understand that his daughter is her own person too. And it is so beautiful. Honestly, this movie should have gotten so many more nominations. It 100% should have been nominated for Best Cinematography. Some of the coolest shots in this movie, the way that they tell the story through the camera is beautiful. I love this movie so much, and I think everyone should see it. That being said, ooh, I feel like it's a really tight race between Brendan and Austin. But honestly, I think Vanessa Hudgens deserves the nomination more than Austin Butler does, because Vanessa's the one who told him that he needs to play Elvis. And then in all the interviews, yes, they used to date. They dated for years. And then you'll notice in all the interviews that Austin did, he's like, yeah, a friend told me that I should play Elvis. And then he finally recognized and said that it was Vanessa, his ex, who told him that he needed to play Elvis. He never would have played Elvis if it wasn't for Vanessa Hudgens. Okay? Okay?
Spill the tea, Becca. Yeah.
And then he's still out here talking in his fake Southern accent. Honestly, that shit is so annoying that I don't want him to win just because of that. Like, all right, we get it. You're into method acting. Okay. But you're not from Tennessee. All right. So chill out. Okay.
It is confusing.
Oh my God.
What?
Like, you don't need to do this anymore. We get it. Okay. He really wants the Oscar. We know you do. Okay. But honestly,
yes,
Brendan kind of deserves it more. Brendan kind of deserves it more, but it's hard to tell if he's pissed off the Academy too much. Or maybe they'll be like, no, sorry, we're not going to name you the winner. But I also feel like they'll give it to him.
Kind of
and
like
then everyone's going to be so happy. Ooh, so I feel like, oh God, I think my money's on Brendan. I think it is. I really just don't want to put my money on Austin for this just because like the method acting shit really annoys me. And the way he never credited Vanessa with telling him that he needs to play Elvis annoys me. And what annoys me most about Elvis is that they used contemporary fucking music in the movie. And I do love Baz Luhrmann, okay? Don't get me wrong. Moulin Rouge is one of my favorite movies of all time. It really is. I love that movie. But Baz, what are you doing? Putting Doja Cat? I'm supposed to be living in the same time as Elvis. What?
Yeah.
No. So, Brendan for the win.
So you don't anticipate a
Bill's not in the
situation. Race. Yeah, Bill.
Bill's not in it at all. Sorry, Colin. Neither are you. But he just kind of plays a dumbass. That's not really worthy of the Oscar. No offense. I think Paul really did an incredible job. I wish like A24 is doing a big push for what is it? Closer? The international film? That's what it's Close. Yeah, they're doing a push for that. But it's like they don't give a shit about After Sun. And like it's cool. It's cool. People will find it, okay? Paul's fandom will find it. The Phoebe Bridger stands will find it. But it deserves to be seen by more people. It is truly a stunning film.
Yeah. I think it was, when I saw Barry Jenkins' name at the end, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, one last thing I just want to know about it is that Barry Jenkins is one of the realest people in Hollywood. I met him. I was at a Q&A that he did for If Beale Street Could Talk. And someone had literally asked a question about like how to be able, like how to go from like writing and then being able to make your first film. And he kind of gave the advice of like finding the people that support you, and the people that support you will like put money into your project, but they'll also give you the resources that you need to make it come to life. And that is exactly what Barry Jenkins did with After Sun. Like I read articles about the making of it, and Charlotte Wells like spent years writing the script because it was really difficult for her to write the script. There's not like all that much dialogue in the film. And I think it's really nice to see someone in Hollywood like that with accolades, like practicing what they preach and like giving the honest advice that they follow themselves. Another reason why it deserves more. I'm done. Sorry.
No, it's your time to shine, Becca. Go for it. After I've seen 3 out of the 5. The Whale is $20 if you want to own it. And Living somewhere between theaters and kind of not, so it's like not on VOD yet, so it's just like I'm sure that would be $20 also.
Don't forget, owning it digitally is not really owning it.
Yeah, right. Owning the license to whatever. Anyways. VOD, all the same. Anyways. I'm gonna lean Brendan, but I kind of think like we have a Birdman situation on our hands here between the two. So if you recall, I think it was for The Theory of Everything, right? What won over the actor for passed over Michael Keaton.
Eddie Redmayne.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of the situation here too. So I'm not sure.
I mean, but Eddie Redmayne was playing Stephen Hawking, so
yes.
There's a little bit of a difference between playing Stephen Hawking and Elvis, I think at least.
Yeah, but we like our impersonations of past Hollywood gems. So, well, in this case, a Vegas gem. But um, I my pick is Brendan Fraser. So,
Um, I have only seen Elvis and the Banshees of Inisherin. I say it wrong every time, so I have to like slow down. I've actually never up until this, I had never heard of Living or After Sun. I looked up After Sun, and it is something I want to watch. I actually just looked up Living, and I'm good. Um, I do want to see The Whale. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but every review I've heard says Brendan Fraser just kills it. Um,
and Sadie
and it's like
Sink.
his best, yeah. It's just like his best performance. I thought Colin Farrell, did a really good job in his role. Um, like you just felt for him the whole time and wanted to like give him a hug. Um, but I don't, I agree. I don't think that it was worth being nominated for Best Actor. Um, honestly, I feel the same way about Brendan Gleeson for supporting role, but um, Austin, I think he did an excellent job as Elvis. I think that he'll end up winning. I want Brendan to win though, so bad. Haven't even seen it yet, and I want him to win. Um,
Hmm.
it could go either way. I lean towards I think Austin will win, but I want Brendan to win. I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way though.
I mean, on your comment about wanting to give Colin Farrell's character a hug, like I wanted to give him a hug too. Because he's
Yeah.
hot. 'Cause he's hot. Doesn't have anything to do with his character.
I mean,
I'll
there
hug
is
Colin
that.
Farrell, whatever character he's playing. He's beautiful.
He is. That is
Even in
accurate.
a phone booth for the whole film.
Even when he's
Doesn't
the
matter.
penguin.
Yes, he's gorgeous. I love
All the
him.
times. Whew. All right, this is the biggie.
All right, Rahana.
All right, y'all. This is where it happens.
And we're doing this with ranked voting, so I hope you ranked what you have.
I didn't.
This is gonna be a fun conversation, y'all. All right, we have Best Picture. 10 of them, because why not? We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. All right, Jennifer, you go first.
Did you rank, Jennifer?
1 to 10.
Yeah. That's how
I
the Academy
did.
does it.
I did, but I don't know. It's really hard. Like now that I'm looking at it, it's like, I don't know if this is. So I didn't see Avatar, so I can only rank 9.
Okay. So Avatar's
Um,
10? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. So, I'm gonna go with the Fablemans for 1.
Oh, wow.
I feel like Steven Spielberg's gonna get director. Fablemans, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna win. Actually, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably going to win. But that wasn't my top film. It made me a little dizzy. Like I thought the actors were all fantastic. I mean, what an amazing ensemble, right? Like they were incredible. I liked kind of I liked what the film was trying to say, but I feel like it was trying to say it in a way that was just, I wanted to go, I get it. All right, I get it. I understand. There was so much movement, so much. I honestly got dizzy watching it. It was, I like films that are a little slower. I guess. I don't know. I mean, anyway, okay, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna go, Elvis is right up there. 2, Women Talking 3. Can't believe I'm saying this. Top Gun Maverick, I'm giving 4. I didn't even think I would want to see it. Like
Yeah.
if it wasn't
Uh-oh.
nominated, I wouldn't have even seen it, but I really liked it. Banshees of Inisherin. It's between 5, but between that one and Tar. One of those is 5, one of them is 6. All Quiet on the Western Front, 7. Everything Everywhere All at Once, not 8. And I didn't even see Avatar, but I'm still gonna give Triangle of Sadness 10. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't quite know I mean, I understand what they were trying to say. You have all these wealthy people on the yacht and everything, but once you get them into an environment where they don't have their social media and their money and their phones and their, all of this, then they're unable to survive. And the one person who can keep everybody alive was, the help on the ship. And so I understand, but in the end, I just didn't like it as a whole as a movie. Like I don't know. I don't know why it's in the best picture category. So that's my least favorite one.
Okay.
So
There.
everyone that saw that, really, really quick, what do you think happens in the end? Because it's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does she kill her or not? 2, why is her boyfriend just running through the woods? Like, what is happening?
I think he's realizing what's happening, because I think at some point he realized, oh, there's a resort right over there. And I think he realizes that she's going to kill her, and he's kind of running to save her. That's my take.
Yeah, because the guy selling hats and everything came to the gal on the boat, the floaty boat thing. And it was like, hey, what do you want? What do you want? And it's like, you. It's like, what? No. But yeah, I think, she's probably dead. So.
Okay. Becca, you saw it too, right?
Oh, she's very dead.
That makes me sad. Okay, I think so too. I was just hoping you guys disagreed, so I was wrong. But
I think it's extra sad because the actress sadly did pass away.
Right.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
She had some type of infection, and really sad.
Oh my gosh, that's all. Yeah, now that's super sad. Did that happen after the movie came out, or just after they had made it? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so sad. All right. Anyway, sorry, I diverted us.
Becca, what do you have for? Well, if you have a ranking, go for it.
I just ranked them all now.
Okay.
And I'm going to start at the bottom.
Number 10.
So number 10, Top Gun Maverick, because it's U.S. propaganda. Never. No, sorry. 9, Avatar, also because it's U.S. propaganda. 8, Women Talking. But I do still want to read the book, and I think that I will like the book. 7, Elvis. Because, God, I'm really glad I watched Moulin Rouge as my first Baz Luhrmann movie, because I don't know if anyone could convince me to watch it if I saw Elvis first. I'm sorry, if you're doing a movie that's set in a specific time period like that, you cannot use new music. You can't. No.
Right.
Especially when there's so much good music in the movie and it's about incredible music. What the fuck? It just takes me out of the no, I hated it. I hated that. That made me so mad when I heard, I'm sorry, love Doja Cat, but when I heard her song start playing, no, no, no. That's not, but no. 6, The Fablemans. I don't know, haven't seen it. 5, All Quiet on the Western Front, because I still don't know, haven't seen it. 4, Banshees, because I have seen it. 3, Triangle of Sadness, because I did love it, but I don't think it's really a contender. It's technically an international film, so it's not
That's
this year
interesting. Yeah.
for that. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. And then my top 1 and 2. Well, my number 1 in my heart is Tar. But for my predictions, number 2 is Tar, and number 1 is Everything Everywhere.
You can stick to your favorite on this one as number 1.
I mean, I really do though. Like I would be pretty surprised if it goes to Tar instead of Everything Everywhere. I don't know. My mom taught me at a young age that if they win the Golden Globe, they're more likely to win the Oscar. But then all the BAFTA awards too, the Screen Guild Actors Awards, just all of the awards. I mean, there's so many times where you would think if a film wins Best Picture, I would always get confused then when the Best Director winner isn't the same. Because you would think if it's Best Picture, well, how would it not have Best Director if it's the Best Picture? Like that doesn't line up in my mind. I thought 2 + 2 = 4. I thought.
Not with ranked voting.
Well, either way, what I really think will happen is that we'll have a repeat of like what happened with Parasite. Right? Is that what happened? Was that the year that they announced La La Land by accident? Or was that a different year?
No,
Am I
that was
mixing up my years?
Moonlight. Yeah. Yep.
I just get the sense like if it doesn't happen for this category, it's gonna happen for a different one. Because someone's gonna slip. Someone's gonna slip. They want people to watch the awards. They want people to talk about what happened at the awards.
Oh my God, did you see? Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess like thinking of Best Picture more so in like what the most people saw, what resonated with the most people, what film was able to kind of move across different boundaries of like different audiences. I think it'll be Everything Everywhere. I mean, A24 just did an auction for like a bunch of props from the movie, and some stuff sold for like tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Really?
Wow.
Thousands of dollars for the props from this movie. Like they released the original cut, then there was like a slightly extended cut. Like at least locally too, Everything Everywhere All at Once was screening at through the Film Society at the Main for months. Like I didn't know what else to post about this movie. It was playing for so long and we were only given so many stills and videos to post. Like it easily had the longest run of any other movie in its history. Like this was the movie. If this doesn't win, the Academy is still both racist, but it had to have been rigged. Just like this movie had more reach. I do think this movie had more reach and has more hype around it than even Parasite. And like that's not a knock to Parasite. That's just like how crazy people are about this movie.
Right.
Like if it doesn't win, it's because the Academy is so desperate for viewers and they want people to tune in so badly next year.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like they know that it would just result in more people being like, I'm never watching the Oscars again.
Yeah.
It's got to go to everything everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's my rankings.
Okay.
All right, Ellen.
Well, I
Let's
did
hear
see
it.
all 10 seasons of Best Picture.
About right.
3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. Oh my God, guys. Everything was 3 hours. I mean, it's like you
Not true.
need to, what?
Women Talking was like
Women
an hour
Talking.
40. So
Women Talking was short. Yeah.
After
only
Sun is
short
like an
one.
hour and a half, I think. But it's
Not
not
in
in
the
this
Best
category.
Picture, yeah.
But it should have been. But it should have been.
Okay.
sorry, keep going.
Anyways, at least 2.5, right? Was it 2.5? What do we got? What's Women Talking's runtime?
It's like an hour 40.
Hour 40. Okay.
Yeah, it's not long. It's about an hour 40.
Okay. Well, I think you know who number 1 is, but I'll start at 10. At this point, Banshees was 10. Elvis was 9. All Quiet on the Western Front. Actually, I'll switch that one. I'll make Avatar 8. And then All Quiet at 7. I feel like I'm reading a reservation list here. The Fablemans at 6. We'll see them there. At 5, Top Gun. 4, Women Talking. 3 was Tar. 2 was Triangle of Sadness. And 1 was Everything Everywhere All at Once. There, I saw all 10 seasons. You happy, Academy? I only saw 1 coming into this, and you know which one that is.
Yep. All right. So I decided to do something a little different this year. I saw all of these movies except for Tar and the Fablemans. I was trying to get through all of them, had some personal stuff happening and didn't get the opportunity to. Totally fine. I didn't want to watch over half of these, so they're lucky I did. I will rank these quick, but actually made a list of movies that I thought should have been nominated over these because I think this list is trash. And so then I'm going to go through my list, and that's how we're going to end
the
the
snub
podcast.
list. Okay, good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Best Picture. I'm going to put I don't even it'll be like 3 numbers. We'll give it a few. So in last place it's going to be Tar and Fablemans, just because I didn't see it. I have no idea. After that, last place is going to be All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, and Triangle of Sadness, because they're so bad. I couldn't do it. All of them couldn't do it. Okay, and then I would say Elvis after that, because although I think Tyler Butler, what's his name? Is that
Austin
Butler.
That guy, whatever his name is. I thought he did a wonderful job. Okay, he was really, really good at Elvis. But I couldn't stand the movie the way they did it. I wanted something like what Bohemian Rhapsody was. Like they told the story and you lived the story and it was great. And this was not that at all. It was, couldn't even enjoy it because every time I started enjoying something, they were like, too bad. I was like, oh, that's great. So nope, that's next. And then after that, I would say Women Talking. Because I enjoyed it. But I do have some issues with it. Like Becca was saying, I also, because I'm so different and I can't relate in any way to the way that they live and the where they're coming from and how they see the situation, like how difficult that choice is. It was really hard for me because the whole time I was like, just go. What are you doing? Just go. Like, why are you talking? Just wait. And I understand why they couldn't just do that. But oh my God, it was so mad. But God, the performances were so good. Good.
Can I just say, speaking of that, why were none of those women nominated? Like, they were really good too. They were so good.
Claire Foy is like one of my favorite actors, and I was so sad that she wasn't. And I mean, yeah, there were a number of them that, yeah, exactly.
I mean, at the same time, how do you nominate them? Like the same thing with like, you have multiple actors or actresses in like the supporting role. Like this is truly an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's true.
Yeah, like how do you choose who to nominate and in which category too?
There should really be an ensemble cast, best ensemble cast.
Yeah.
I do love Jessie Buckley.
Yes.
I loved her in it. Like I'm a Jessie Buckley stan. Like I love her.
Yeah. I mean, the women all did so well. But so that would be next. I don't even know what number I'm on because I merged a ton of them.
You're like at 4.
Yeah, I would say Avatar and Top Gun are next because I didn't expect to like either of them. I did like both of them significantly. But I think my top one would be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Having said that, taking a step back, I think 2, maybe 3 of these movies deserve to be on this list. Maybe 3. Okay, so I made my own list because this list is trash. There is no way that any human being can convince me that all of these movies are the top 10 best movies that were released in all of 2022. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. The Triangle of Sadness is one of the top movies out of the hundreds and thousands or whatever of movies that are released, that it was a top 10 movie. Get out of here. The Banshees of Inisherin? No, I fell asleep and I refuse to accept that this is a top 10 movie. So we have the newly official top 10 list. So I do have Everything Everywhere All at Once on there because excellent. I added Women Talking. I will say that I added that before I watched it. I can go either way. It can stay. That's fine. I did add Avatar because I think that I tried to go between this is what I think and what I was entertained by, and this is what I think other people like. It would be unreasonable to expect other people to not want this on the list. So that's why that's on there. Amsterdam, I know a lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. It was amazing. It was excellent. There was so much about it that was so much better than every single movie on this list, except for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Anyway, Amsterdam, She Said, I don't know if I know Alan saw it. I don't know if anybody else saw it.
I saw it.
I think that deserved it more than Women Talking.
Which one? Sorry.
She Said. It's about the reporters.
Weinstein.
The Weinstein. So good. Oh my God.
Gee, I wonder why Hollywood didn't nominate the film that brought Hollywood down.
They should have because it was excellent. I absolutely loved it. Woman King. This is actually what started the list. This is the first one that I put on there. This is why.
This is
This is why we did the list.
Yeah.
Because I was just irate and going off, and my boyfriend was like, "Okay, we're gonna write it down because you need to calm down." So, Woman King. If anyone hasn't seen it, please go see it because it's so just a miraculous film and performance. The Northman. I didn't even really like The Northman because it was too violent for me. But the way that they made the film was it was exceptional. It was so well done. It's so creative, and there's still so much like artsiness and creativeness in there that it's something that you would expect to be nominated for things. And so I don't even understand. I put Hustle because I enjoyed Hustle. Serious film. I don't think a ton of people saw it, but I really enjoyed it. And then I did put Glass Onion on there because, like I said, I love it. I was obsessed with it. I mean, everyone was excellent. It was so twisty and fun, and it was just everything that I want out of every single movie for the rest of my life. And then Bullet Train, that is another movie that I've become obsessed with. It has everything. It's got like super fun and like intriguing characters. It's engaging. It's all over the place. Everyone's so different and quirky. And you laugh and you're worried and you don't know what's happening. And then all of a sudden this person pops up and you're like, oh my God, it's that person. And it's so exciting. And it's just it's such a well done movie. It's so well done. I'm thoroughly upset that at least half of these weren't on there, and thoroughly upset that half of what is on there is on there. And I no longer trust the Academy with anything because of that. So that's my spiel.
I just want to say that for years and years and years, I've been watching the Oscars, and I don't know, almost every year I get angry about what's on the list, what isn't on the list, who wins, blah, blah, blah. I don't get angry anymore because I just feel like, there's so many great films and so many wonderful performances. And like with any type of art, it's subjective, right? Mm-hmm. How can you put this film against this film? One's a comedy, one's a drama, one's action, it's like, how do you do that? How do you say one is better than the other? One isn't better than the other. And it's like, so I guess I don't take it seriously anymore. And I just try to have fun with it and enjoy it, because there's always going to be, like I was listening to you guys with your rants, and I get it. I get it. I've been there so many times, so many years, and I just don't really get that way anymore because I just don't take it that seriously. I really don't. You can't, because it's frustrating. It does make you angry, and it isn't fair, and it isn't right, and all of these things. But it's an award, right?
Right.
Yeah, I definitely get. I will say I am certainly upset about this year. Normally there's like one movie, like last year it was Licorice Pizza, where I was like,
your rant on that.
Oh, my rant on that. I was like, how dare they put this movie on here? This movie looks terrible. This is a dumb name.
You didn't even see it.
That's what they used to call records.
Yeah, I found that out later. But it still looks terrible. And I went on a whole rant about that. And then the year before it was Nomadland.
Same year.
There's one movie every year that I get real angry and ranty about. And so I was expecting it this year. I was not expecting to enjoy 3 to 4 of the movies. I'm just disappointed with and I also don't know how the nomination stuff works. I haven't actually ever paid attention to that portion. And I was thinking about it this year, and I was like, okay, so what is it, like, a best picture being considered at the Oscars? Like, how is that being determined? Because when I think of a best picture, like when I think of my favorite top 10 movies, it's like, what engaged me? What made me feel really, really strongly, or what made me what was just super entertaining to me? I love Marvel. Doctor Strange movie last year, I was so entertained. It was amazing. I was engaged. It's like a 2.5-hour movie. I was like, this is fantastic. But it's obviously not a best picture movie. But for me, I was entertained. I laughed. I was upset. I was that kind of thing. And so, you're right. It's subjective. I think that what needs to happen is there needs to be diversity put into the Academy, whoever it is that actually makes nominations or does their rankings and stuff, in a variety of ways.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old people are, but that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh.
I'm grateful for everyone to join us tonight. Thank you for spending your time going over the whole list and seeing as many films as you can. I'm very happy that we had a diverse opinion pool here, because that's more welcome than anything, in my opinion.
Heck yeah.
Can I name my two biggest snubs?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, yeah.
My two biggest snubs are Decision to Leave and Nope.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's a good decision to leave.
I don't definitely watch it.
Okay.
And why is it not in
Great.
the international film category?
I
At
know, it's a great
least.
question. I think it's because the Academy thinks that because they gave a win to Parasite that they don't need to include any more Korean films.
Ooh.
But anyway, they didn't. Nope was snubbed because it would have frickin' won too many awards. Would have won supporting actress. Would have won original screenplay. Would have won production design. Would have won visual effects easily. Easily would have won visual effects. Are you kidding me? Jean Jacket? Are you literally kidding me? Jean Jacket. Like, and Kiki Palmer, like, what? And the Academy hates the genre of horror.
Yeah.
They hate it.
That's true.
Hate
they hate
it.
genre. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think the Oscars and the awards are a double-edged sword because it's like, yeah, what doesn't matter? But also, it still matters a lot for underrepresented communities because it is a stamp of recognition. It legitimizes you as an actor and the work that you're doing and you as an image in the public. And winning that award, like, basically tells the general public that you're worthy of the attention, the appraise, and of our time to watch you in this movie. Like, we've been talking a lot about how long all of these movies are. And like, there's a whole thing with movies and the time spent to watch them. And is that like time spent, or is that time that I guess you're kind of losing and it's not a labor to watch these films? And so when someone is held up on a pedestal and they're even getting nominated for something, that's sending the message that this is worth your time. Whatever you think your time is worth, it's worth it for you to watch them do this. So I think that I feel like that's something about film and movies that most people don't have like right on the front of their minds, but it's something that's subconsciously like, that's almost like what makes us choose to watch a movie or not, like based on the plot. Like, I haven't watched to Leslie yet because I know it's going to be like a heavier movie, right? And so I'm kind of building myself up to be able to spend that time to watch the movie because I want to give it my full attention when I do watch it.
Well, Alan, I mean, you watched all of them. You spent 6 months watching movies. Was it worth your time?
You deserve an Oscar, Alan.
Yes, the Oscar watcher.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get you like a little trophy or something and make a picture of that.
The couch trophy.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you both for taking so much time and going through this with us. This is really fun.
Yeah, this was fun. Thank you.
Yeah. And
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. This is lovely. And to all of our listeners, if anyone is still with us, this has been Film in Minnesota.